Is this gonna work? You are live. Whoop. There it is. What's going on? Somebody, what was this? Someone said I can't find my weave. I can't. I don't have a weave, and I wasn't making coffee. The coffee's already done. The coffee's finished. The oatmeal is finished. 50 grams of protein in there. We are firing on all syllables immediately. Let's get into it, guys. We have a whole bunch going on. Erika Kirk speaks on what happened. She is traumatized. We have Andrew Colvette, Blake. They seem to have had enough. And then all of a sudden, it seems like they've been dodging a certain debate that somebody's been trying to have with them. This person is also going to be releasing a whole bunch of what's happening behind the scenes with Turning Point, because they are a part of the UnF America Tour. Now, the UnF America Tour, I've told you guys about this before. It's basically just like a counter thing to Turning Point. They follow Turning Point around. They challenge Charlie Kirk to debates. Now that Charlie's not around, they are trying to challenge people like Andrew Colvette and Blake Neff to debates. And wouldn't you know it, Blake Neff and Andrew Colvette don't want to debate these people at all. I find that crazy. I would have thought for sure they would want to debate, but apparently they do not. And also, I'm going to play a clip from Tucker Carlson speaking on this whole thing. I can't find the video where he talks about this because I wanted to just watch it long form, but apparently there is no long form. It might be from his website. Somebody might have grabbed it from something he did via paywall, but it doesn't seem like a paywall thing. But he is talking about the White House Correspondents Dinner, and he is asking the questions that we have all been asking. He is literally saying, hey, what is going on with this whole thing? And he actually calls it political theater. He's like, is this political theater that's happening currently? Or is this real? Even Tucker's saying it. Tucker usually holds off and goes, well, I don't actually know. And it's hard for anyone to know. And I don't speculate. I wouldn't do anything like that. I love this country. But I mean, it is something that has to be asked. Like, I understand why people are asking it. No. He's not taking that route this time at all, guys. He's actually saying, hey, I think that this is a little fugazi. So very interesting stuff. And then we're going to get into a clip from that person from the UnF America Tour. Glenn Beck and Andrew Colvette actually sit down together. And then I'm going to get into Barron because someone was nice enough to give me the timestamps. This person wants to remain nameless. They want to remain nameless, but I do thank you for this. I'm just going to write this for the community post. We're doing it live. Whole bunch, just real serious, like we're doing it live. There you go. Put that community post out there for everybody. How's everybody doing today? Looking good, coach. Can tell you lost weight in your face. Isn't that crazy? People can see that. It is true. I have to say, your boy. Oh, you know what? I should update you guys. I was 311 last time. All right. Not this time. Not this time, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy's down 309. I know. I don't look it. I wear it well. I wear pizza, fries, cookies. I wear them very, very well. I've been known to wear fast food excellently, but I am quite big and I need to bring the weight down because I want to live a long time for my kids. Let's get into it, guys. This is the buymeacoffee.com/Coach Colin app. You can hit that up. I will be reading those just like super chats. I do that every single show. I make sure to do that. And there was one person who actually left a super chat and they were like, hey, read my super chat. They even got in touch with Holy Fire Luna and I will be reading that. You will be top of the list today. Okay. Anyway, let's get into it, guys. Let's jump right in. Now, I'm still on this app. I'm still using StreamYard because I like it. I like that I can just put that up there. I like it. I can just take this person's thing and just, it says good morning, hit the like button. I do like that, but it is hard to mess around with this. Look, and then I get to read something like this. I mean, this is beautiful. Let me read this. Look at that. Masonic theater, stage to divide, distract, promote the Einstein ballroom, Moloch temple, and losing of our freedom disguised as safety. I like it. You know what I mean? I want to be able to just read things like that out. Do I use the same streaming as Baron? Look, see, I can just look at that. I like it. I am using the same thing. And listen, I don't know what Baron does to fix the lag. I have no idea. Baron, if you're watching, send me a message. Tell me how you fix any lag that tends to pop up. Please, sir. Please. Because I have no idea right now. But I am getting into it. Let's jump over here, guys. We have something that I have to show you. I only cover the important stuff here. As you can see right here, somebody has suggested another picture. Another picture has been suggested, ladies and gentlemen. And this one might be a winner. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if this might be it, guys. I'm not even kidding. Sounds like, no, I'm not even kidding. I might, because listen, this is not on here. This is paper. It's not like it's painted on. I can just take that face off and put another face on. We might just have a weekly face. I don't know. Maybe we will. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, guys. But or you guys can vote between the two. You just saw this face. You're seeing it right now. What about this? I might go with this. I mean, this is a solid picture here. Someone said, don't invite the demonic into your house. I might go with this one. This is a pretty solid one. This is the one I was looking for yesterday. Thank you very much. Who sent me this? Who sent me this? Oh, it was him himself. Who tagged me in it? Oh, I don't know who tagged me in it. But thank you so much. I know someone tagged me in this so I can find it. This might be the one. He posted it himself. You got to give it to Tatum a little bit, you know? You guys know he's my brother, right? You got to give it to Tatum a little bit. He reposted it. Apoc Shakur. Let's go, Apoc. They did him nice, too. Gave him Thug Life on his chest, right? Little star in the middle. Star on the shoulders. Stars everywhere, pretty much. I like it. I like it. Good for him, man. Yeah, weekly face. Maybe we'll do something like that. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, friend of the show, Wall. That's actually pretty smart. That's pretty smart. Whoever suggested that, a friend of the show, Wall. Now I have to get into something a little serious. I love this guy and what he does. Revolt Reality, or Reality Revolt. He is great. I am thinking of learning French just to speak with this person. I mean, this guy is absolutely amazing. I just have to play this really quick. This is him covering the White House Correspondents Dinner. Check this out. Okay, so he makes sure to show. I have to go through it because he runs through it like pretty fast. So he's showing these two expressions, right? And then, right, he looks right into the camera. This is the frame that I was telling you guys about. He looks right into the camera. Let's keep going. Peppy. So we all know Peppy the frog. Like I said to you yesterday. I said this to you yesterday. Same glass, same bow tie, same bow tie. It's hard to ignore. Peppy, the god and goddess of darkness. A lot of people don't know that. He himself looking like a frog. Card game, the frog. I have to really get a hold of this card game. I don't know if you guys know how to do that, but the frog god is one of them. I just want to say right here, I just want to read this because he doesn't go through that. The idols are both frightening and silly, and no one knows why the masters keep them around. You may interfere with a privileged attack on either side. No other players may interfere unless they use other special cards. Interference is an action for each group that interferes and use this card as an action, the frog god. Then there's another one, the charismatic leader. Now, right here, it looks like BB to me, but it is blonde, right? And it does same pose, so it does look like the president. Then he says, spasm of violence. Same thing going on. Table, shots going off, people ducking underneath tables. Enough is enough. Look at that card. Enough is enough. And then we have Trump's, literally, the president saying, enough is enough in regards to the ballroom. Solomon's Temple. One of you mentioned this yesterday. You mentioned that they're trying to build some kind of temple underneath. The schematics look very similar. I gotta, hold on. We gotta rewind that. The schematics look very similar. Very, very similar. Very, very similar. Bigger, it seems, perhaps, than Henry Martinez. I showed you this guy. He says Cole Allen. Now he's showing you the symbolism on the floor. I love the way this guy does these breakdowns. So now he's showing you Saturn. If you don't know about Saturn worship, you got to look into that. The worship of these black boxes. Your screen can be considered one of these. Your TV, your phone, your laptop, big squares that people worship, squares that people wear on their heads. Certain, people do this type of thing. Right? Black cubes just in the middle of places. He's also wearing the black cube. It's interesting that they picked that picture to show us of him. God of Saturn, Freemasonry. Now check out how that guy's dressed. This guy's dressed like somebody who is graduating. The university graduate wears the black robe of the God of Saturn and the mortar board of Freemasonry. Both are very ancient symbols. Then we have this picture. Some people think it's AI. Some people think it's real. But let him just let him cook. Now this was a trip, so it's very similar, right? I'm never going to compare the president to Jesus. Okay, I'm never ever going to do that. But again, we have to let this gentleman cook. Now we see this picture. This picture wasn't made by the president, but they used it and they altered it to show some kind of demon floating above. So they did use this picture. We all heard about this picture. This is a tarot card. He's very much dressed like the person in the tarot card. There is also this. This is the Statue of Liberty. The light bringer, which I showed you, had a comparison to Lucifer. Okay. Saturn God, Saturn worship. Saturn is also akin to Satan. That's what a lot of people connect it to. And the worship of black cubes is actually something very dark. As you can see how we all worship these black cubes, it actually does get quite dark for us. The black cube, time, Trump Tower. I mean, I love it. 1983. So that was, again, I love this guy's stuff. So 1893. Did I see a spider? Oh, I hope not. 1893. The book. What book is it? That book is from 1893. Let's go. Then this time machine thing that I told you about yesterday. I mean, I love this guy's work. Again, his name is Dimitri, calls himself Dimitri Revolt, Reality Revolt. He has a website and everything. He has this whole series that he does. Oh, man, I love that guy's videos. I think he's just amazing, just incredible. Did I repost his stuff? Repost it. Always repost his stuff. He's great. So just breaking all that down, he always sees a little something that I don't. Sometimes he sees a lot of something I don't, and this is not the first thing. Every time there's something in the world like this where everybody puts their eyes on it, he always gives a breakdown of it. And I told you, or I might have mentioned it in the members, the whole thing that happened with ICE. You remember when the ICE guy kind of got hit by a car and then they let off 3 shots and someone passed away, that whole thing? Well, he did a breakdown into that. And it was like all 333, 33. It was like the house they were in front of was 333. The street they were on was like 33. It was like everything was just connected in this whole 33 circle. It was crazy. So he does that a lot. Anyway, let me just make sure here. Make sure my stuff's on. There. Anyway, what's going on here, guys? Let's keep on going. Someone scared me. They're like, can anyone hear him? I'm like, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Anyway, is there lag? There might be lag, you know? We can fix that though. Let's see. We might be able to fix it. We'll see. We'll see. I just did something. We'll see if it actually helps. Let me see something here. What does that say? Is coach or is it lag? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Again, not sure on this program how all this works. The Buy Me a Coffee link isn't working. It should be. It should be working. It should be. Let me see here. That is the link. If you type it in, maybe forget about the link. Just type it in, and you'll definitely see it. There's also a link in the description as of right now in this video, so that might help a little bit there. Anyway, it's not lagging. Just refresh. Okay, that is what I have to tell people to do at Candace's chat all the time. I'm not a mod there, but I always jump in and just let people know, like, hey, if you can't hear her, if you're seeing something that's a little odd, refresh. Usually it's just fine. Someone said 0.5 lip sync off. Listen, Blackie, how do you even know that? How do you even know that? I don't know. Whatever, but let's keep going, guys. This actually shocked me. I didn't think that this would happen. This guy's usually not on the side of things like this, but even Rad Paul was like, hey, I'm dropping a bill tomorrow. Let's build the ballroom. I'm actually really surprised. I did not think that he would be, someone said I just talk with a lag. Yes, I do. Someone said, I did not think that Rad Paul would be doing this type of thing. This is not something that I expected at all. So very surprising. And it just shows more and more that when I see a guy like this doing this, it just shows me more and more that this is some kind of big thing. And it's bigger than just a place for things to be secure. There's something going on. And also, I forgot to add, we will look into who is donating. I found a little bit more of who is donating, and it will shock you who's donating into this thing. And you know what? Your boy is caffeinated today. You understand? Instead of 6 ounces, I had 10 ounces, and it was espresso. You ever had 10 ounces of espresso? I don't think you have, but let's get in to who's actually donating. Let's get into that before we get into all the other stuff. Who's donating to this whole ballroom, ladies and gentlemen? Check this out. Here, let me just show you guys this. And I know that you can't see it yet. I know. So last time I told you that it was like Amazon, Google, Palantir, whatnot. Boom. Let's go here. Make sure you guys can see this. So Meta, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, defense contractors, Lockheed Martin, Palantir, which is like very troublesome in my opinion, right? Including senators, ethics watchdogs have raised concerns about potential conflict of interest, arguing that donors with ongoing federal business may expect preferential treatment. That is 100% true. Federal judge Leon ordered construction to halt on March 31st. Isn't that interesting? March 31st, the construction was said to be halted. Now we're where? April, when did this happen? April 26th. So April 26th, all of a sudden that happens. And now they're saying, hey, you can't possibly halt this. Congress has to be backing this, et cetera, et cetera. Security. Let me just go right down to who is donating. So known donators to the ballroom. Okay. This is wild. White House had released a list of 36 donors in October 2025, though the exact contribution amounts are remain undisclosed. We have tech giants, like I said, Apple, Google, Amazon, which would be, Google would be Alphabet, Meta, HP, Micron Tech, defense contractors, Lockheed Martin, Bose Allen Hamilton, Palantir Technologies. Okay. That's definitely a conflict of interest. I mean, how could you not say that? Energy and infrastructure, Next Era Energy, Union Pacific Railroad, T-Mobile, Tether America, Reynolds, like Ryan Reynolds America or American, Alteria Group, and then other corporations. Caterpillar, Coinbase, that's crypto, Comcast, that's media, Hard Rock International, and Ripple. Ripple is a crypto, I'm pretty sure. Now, let's go down a little further. This is where it gets interesting. The Adelson family. Now, this is someone who's already given Trump, the president, about, I don't know, $200 million in the range, somewhere in around that range. So she's giving more because it's usually Miriam. When they say family, it's usually Miriam that's doing this, right? That's why it says Miriam right there. GOP mega donor. She donates a lot. Howard Lutnick, he is donating as well. The family is, so it can't be him directly, but it is him directly. So the family's doing that. Edward and Sharon Glazer, owners of Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Manchester United. Okay. And then we have Cameron Tyler, Gemini co-founders, crypto entrepreneurs. Then we have Stephen A. Schwartzman, Blackstone CEO. Now, if you're not quite understanding what Blackstone is, because you've heard of BlackRock, they go hand in hand. Okay. It's always been BlackRock. I think it's State Street. And then there's another one, but Blackstone is just like BlackRock. Okay. And they've had their differences at times, but they pretty much work together. If a company is owned by, yes, Vanguard, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. So if a company is owned by BlackRock, which is just, Vivek said it was undeniable because one of his companies was actually partially owned by BlackRock, because they just do that. Any company goes public, they make sure to get ownership in it. Blackstone does the exact same thing. So if you're going to see BlackRock as having a certain percent of ownership, you're going to see Blackstone as well. You're going to see State Street. You're going to see Vanguard. You're always going to see those companies owning things, and they do it together. Ian Carroll did an excellent breakdown of how all of these companies, those 4 companies I just mentioned, they act as like this mega ultra company in terms of owning things. Excellent breakdown. He did that I think 2 years ago. So we have Blackstone. Then we have Kelly and Kelly, I don't know, Loeffler and Jeff Spiegel. Or was that Speecher? Speecher? So Loeffler heads SBA, Speecher runs New York City Stock Exchange. So there's that. Then we have Harold Hamm, billionaire, oil billionaire. Then we have Benjamin Leon Jr., healthcare entrepreneur and ambassador for the president. Then, Trump ambassador nominee. Then we have more people here. Chicago-based private equity executive, Konstantin Solokov. And then we have Jay Pepe, Florida business leaders, Jay Pepe and Amelia Fanjul. So these are the people that are running or donating to the ballroom. Why would they do that? It has to be something bigger than just a secure location. It has to be. There was a point where the president didn't even want to go to the White House. He was like, I don't even want to be there. His first term, you guys remember that? How insulted everybody was? Because he was just like, I don't need to be over there. What do I need to be over there for? He's like, I have Mar-a-Lago. He's like, I handle business here. He's like, I don't need to go over there. All of a sudden now they need this thing. And it's way over budget, and people keep throwing money into it. Alphabet contributing $22 million, but that is because of a legal suit. That's why they have contributed that money. Donations are funneled through the Trust of National Mall. A nonprofit receives 2.5% fee on the first $200 million and 2% fee on additional funds. Some donors, including BlackRock, NVIDIA, and Jeff Yoss, were not initially disclosed and remain partially anonymous, raising transparency concerns. Of course, because I would think the administration would know how people would react if they knew that BlackRock was involved in this whole thing. But of course they are. Many donors hold significant federal contracts, prompting scrutiny over potential conflicts of interest. Of course. And if we think Elon hasn't thrown any money over there, I would be very, very surprised. Very, 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 very surprised. So just wanted to show you guys that there's a whole bunch of questionable people donating to this whole thing. It links right into what Ian Carroll has been talking about what's going on underneath the whole ballroom and what this thing actually is. Who actually knows? Hard to tell, but I don't think it is what they are saying that it is. I don't think that it's just a secure location. Again, they have so much security and they could have bought out the hotel if they wanted to. I remember somebody messaged me. I don't know if they actually want their name disclosed, but they have experience in this type of thing, in this type of security thing. And they were talking about how it's like they could just buy out the hotel. And I didn't even think of that. They could just buy out every room and just be like, there's 2,600 people here. Let them all have a room. Done. Nobody can be here. Nobody outside could be here. I don't know, man. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. This is exactly what I said. Third term war bunker, you know? Oh, and data center. That's actually a pretty solid thing as well. Data center. That a possibility. They're pretty much doing data centers out in the open. So they don't really need to do something like that. And having so many hands in one data center wouldn't quite make sense. And any data centers that Meta has built are actually Meta, Amazon, they're all doing it. Anybody who's involved in AI, they're all doing it. But they're considerably larger than the square footage that the White House and like all the land that the White House has. They're much larger than that. So I don't know if it would be a data center, but you got to start thinking outside of what they're telling everybody. Are these bribes? I don't know if they're bribes. I can't say that they're bribes. Can't say that. But I will say there is definitely a conflict of interest. That's what I can say for sure. Anyway. Just wanted to start your morning out on a light foot. That's all. I just wanted you to have a nice morning just to start with. But how tall is Coach? I am 6'1.5". The half is very important. Yeah. So, somebody, how tall are you? I'm not a little guy. Okay. I'm not a little guy. My brother says I should have been like a linebacker or something like that. That's what he says. Now why are none of the tabs working? Do I have too much going on here? Is that what's happening? Do I have just too many tabs? I have a lot of tabs open, guys. I might have to close some tabs here. It's not that many tabs. All of a sudden the tabs are getting a little wonky on me. What's going on here? Hold on, guys. Hold, please. That's what he says. Hold, please. Okay, so hey, listen, every time I use a tab, I'm just going to close it. There you go. Let's close one, right? We'll close another. I'm not going to close the Erika face one because I think I might go back to that one just for this episode. I might have to go back to the Erika face one because I actually really like it. Let's keep going here. All right, there we go. Beautiful. Sorry, guys, doing a little cleaning here, it seems. So they are showing us what has happened with this gentleman, or not gentleman, or Patsy, or whatever we're calling him. I don't know what this guy is. Cole Allen, 31-year-old suspect in the White House Correspondents Association dinner incident, appeared in federal court today. He faces three charges, including attempted assassination of a president of the United States of America. A lot of people saw this picture. They said for some reason they took away some of this guy's chromosomes. I do not support that joke, but who would I be to not tell you that joke exists? It does look a little ridiculous, but I mean, who knows? This was him in there. That's not how he looks. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you got to do anything, right? I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying. Someone said it looks like me. Doesn't look like me. Not at all. Not even remotely does it look like me. Maybe if I had a face like if I just stand there like that. Maybe if I had hair, I don't know. It's been so long since I've had hair. I don't know, man. Uh, I'm just saying. Anyway, so that's what they're showing us there in terms of that. This is what they're actually showing in regards to what he actually had on him. So, in case you didn't know, so this was the first firearm that he had on him. This was another one that he had on him. He also had these on him, and he had this on him. This is crazy. This doesn't make any sense to me. Like I don't understand. I don't understand how he possibly had all these things on him. This doesn't make any sense. If we couple this with the video of him sprinting like Naruto, where was all this stuff? Where was all this stuff while he was sprinting? You know? You remember what I showed you with Jesse, right? I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Jesse, you know, AI, blah blah blah," but he did show the sprinting video. How did he sprint in holding all of this? In fact, I have to go back to that sprinting video because hold on a second. This doesn't even make any sense. Let me see here. Cole Allen running. Let's see here. Yeah, so here's the video, right? This is the one. This is the one here. So let's switch to this tab. Does this look like a guy? What are you talking about here? I know people are like, this was enhanced with AI, this, that. I mean, it's the one that doesn't look like it was filmed with a potato. So, and it doesn't matter because they were using this. Like Benny Johnson used this as his information. He had nothing. He had a sign for some reason. I don't know what that sign could have said. He doesn't have anything on him. Are we supposed to believe it's down his pants again? We're doing that? We're doing that whole thing? That is down his pants? And we're silly if we don't think it was down his pants? Is that what we're pulling right now? I don't know, man. This is ridiculous. Here, let's find the other Cole Allen running videos. You know, let's see here. Where's the Cole Allen video? Here, give me Cole Allen. Cole Allen. Oh, also, Candace is not going live today. Didn't go live yesterday. Sorry. I thought for sure she was going to be going live. So that one's also the one that looks like it's enhanced. That one's the enhanced one. This is the not enhanced one, but it's like, does this make anybody feel better? Looking at this one looks insane too, right? Can't even see where he started. Like, so he just comes in and he just speeds in. I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like he has anything on him. I don't think he has anything on him. That doesn't make any sense. The whole thing is just very odd. Can't say what it is. I can't sit back and say, "Oh, this is wrong." But I will say, I need to check out. Oh man, these things go up fast. Here, I'll put that there just to remind myself. Thank you very much for that. Just to remind myself, if there's anything I need to check out, you know, throw it in there. Actually, you know, I don't even think that'll work. So I'm not allowed to say this, but if I were allowed to say it, I would say I don't believe this. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying those words along with what we're talking about today. That's all. I'm not connecting them. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying, what is this? How are we supposed to believe that he had all of these things on him at once and he did that little Naruto run where we can literally see nothing on? Now, could he have a hand firearm? Like, of course. Could he have the knives? You know, maybe he's like Neo from the Matrix. They're all laced under his shirt or something like that. Of course, 100%. But there's no way he had this. There's just no way he had that. I mean, come on. I've seen people stuff these down their pants. But also when they do, they walk very slow. I have seen somebody stuff something like this down their pants before. I have seen this. But they were walking like odd when they did it, you know? Just putting it out there. That was a lifetime ago. Back in my old life. But anyway, that is that. Let me see here. Where is the minutes even on this thing? I don't know how Barron does this with this app. I mean, it's a good app. Shouldn't talk smack about it. But I mean, geez, a Lou. Anyway, we got this one. Talk. There we got that. Bang. Let's move on to this clip here. I did not see this before. I don't know if you guys did. This guy's basically talking about how terrible the security is, which is very interesting.
I love that they have like two random chicks holding the front door open. We're not even trying anymore.
If you can't hear that, he said they got two random chicks holding the front door open, and then the other guy says they're not even trying anymore.
It's not even like, I just mean like they're not even like Secret Service people. It's like the girls who work here are holding the door. Even if it was the guys, it wouldn't even make it better. It's like she's fucking just like they might as well put a doorstop in. Like,
I don't know if you could hear that. He said they might as well just put a doorstop in. Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Work here are holding the door. Even if it was the guys, it wouldn't even make it better. It's like
wow.
She's fucking just like they might as well put a doorstop in. Like, they put up a doorstop and a scarecrow. Don't fuck with this guy.
This is the same guy that Caroline Levitt said there will be shots fired, and he laughed. Very interesting. I'm not saying this guy's a part of anything, but he is noticing that there's no security. And this has been something that people have said. So it's very interesting. They're saying, a bunch of people are saying the security is very laxed. And then they're also using this to say this is why the ballroom needs to be built. And they're trying to kind of convince through public opinion Congress that they need to approve more spending for whatever they're trying to do with this ballroom. So anyway, move on a little bit. This one I actually saw. I didn't realize this. You guys were telling me about this before. I didn't get a chance to look at it. This guy here, I'm sure you guys have seen this face before. Jesse noticed it as well. Here, let me see this.
Listen closely to Erika Kirk's into the background of this, dude. Okay, this is insane.
I just want to go find Susan.
Did you hear it?
Whoa.
Did you hear it? Why so sad? I had to listen to it a couple times before I heard it, but once I did, I can't unhear it. Every time, listen. Why so sad? Ready?
I just want to go find Susan.
Wow. That's kind of ruthless, I have to say. Whoever that was, whoever that was is very, very, very ruthless. I mean, that's nuts. To see a lady crying, maybe he feels the same way about Erika that many people do. But to see a lady crying and go, why so shit? You're a monster. You're a monster. But I get it. Maybe he watches Candace. Maybe he watches Candace and he's like, I know all about this chick. Chick's parents are gypsies or something like that. They're deep state gypsies in her family, connected to mafia people. They're like, I got no sympathy for this chick. Oh, why so sad? Why don't you go home to your mansion? Why you go home to your $50 million? Oh, why so sad? Jeez. Good gosh. I don't know. The dude was probably already drunk. Yeah, probably. And he saw like a pretty girl and he was like, I know what to say to this chick. I know what to say. She's pretty. Hey, why so sad? Huh? Whatever. She's stuck up. I don't even want to talk to her. She's ugly anyway. I don't know. Probably. Just a crazy thing to say. Anyway, just want to show you just the stuff that I stumbled into in the morning. We have Lindsey Graham as well. Can you guess how Lindsey Graham feels about the ballroom? Can you guys guess how Lindsey Graham feels about the ballroom? Did you guess, as you're all yelling at the screen, did you guess that he thinks that the taxpayers should pay for the ballroom? Is that something that did you guess that? If you did guess that, you'd be correct. Lindsey Graham, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, play. Here we go.
Oh, we'll have to go to Plan B. Yeah.
Some of your fellow Republicans have said taxpayers should not have to foot the bill for this ballroom, that the president should be able to raise private money to fund it.
I disagree with them. We're going to vote no. Vote no. Just vote no. This is what I like about voting. If you don't think $400 million of taxpayer money is a good investment to create a secure facility at the White House where the President of the United States, the Vice President, the cabinet, and people from the public can come and, have a meal and gather with.
Did you catch what he said, actually? Did you actually catch what he said? Okay. I want you to remember the episode we did yesterday.
Is a good investment to create.
That's
what I like about voting. If you don't think $400 million of taxpayer money is a good investment to create a secure facility at the White House.
$400 million of taxpayer money. I just rolled through all the people who are donating currently. They already set a price of $200 million. They've already gotten to a price of $400 million. They've already secured the $200 million. They're securing more and now speculating that another $400 million would have to be given by the taxpayers. What? So are we talking about $800 million? Are we talking about $600 to $800 million for this ballroom that was supposed to be $200 million? And I'm supposed to sit back and act like there's nothing underneath it. I'm supposed to just be the crazy person who just goes, I'm supposed to sit back and say, there's nothing underneath that ballroom. It's just foundation. You need a strong foundation for a beautiful ballroom. It's the architecture. That's all. Mr. President is very particular about the details. That's all this is. The windows are bulletproof, so it's a little more expensive. That's what I'm supposed to do right now. I'm not supposed to say that there's a tunnel and it leads places. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm supposed to stay away from that. What? I'm supposed to say there's not a whole facility under there that's going to be in fortified titanium alloy steel, right? The same stuff that Wolverine is made of, right? I'm supposed to not say that. I'm supposed to say that there's nothing under there whatsoever. This is so weird, man. I don't really think I can do that. I think I actually have to say that there's something under there, especially after Ian Carroll brought it up. I hope Ian Carroll comes back soon. I don't know when he's going to come back. There's no date of when he's going to come back, but man, we need someone who can do research like Ian Carroll to talk about that ballroom. We need somebody like Ian. If you see this, Ian, please come back. We need you right now. Because I can just speculate, And then let's keep going with Lindsey Graham because he says something else here. Listen.
Where the President of the United States, the Vice President, the cabinet, and people from the public can come and, have a meal.
People from the public? He's saying that like it's going to be you. He's saying it like you're going to be able to show up and have some bacon wrapped scallops. That's what it sounds like. But I assure you, that is not what's going to happen. He is not going to allow you to have bacon wrapped scallops while the president is at the head of the ballroom talking with his wife and some guy from Philadelphia is doing magic tricks. And he's like, hey, this is how much money's in your bank account. Hey, if you don't say the right thing, all your money's gone. Hey, what's going on? So this is your ATM PIN code, huh? This is a picture of your grandkid. We know where they are. Ha ha ha. You're not going to be there for that. I don't know what I guess the public he's talking about is like billionaires. He's like, billionaires are the public. What? Billionaires are the public? I guess.
And gather without what happened Saturday, then I disagree. This is the number one job of the federal government is national security. The number one job of national security, I think, would be to protect the commander in chief and to have infrastructure under the ballroom that is very national security centric. So I don't think, just vote no. That's all I ask you to do is vote. I don't care how you vote. I want to vote. I want to see where is America on this. I'll bet you 90% of the people would love to have a better facility than the Hilton Hotel to make sure this crap never happens again. I can't tell you what to say on the Senate floor, but I've never seen it like this. There are people out there just one click away from picking up a gun or something else and trying to make America better by killing. You don't make America great by killing people you don't like.
Can you imagine he was saying this about like the Iran war or something? Wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be an odd character development in Lindsey Graham. Because he could say the same kind of thing, you know. The clip is done, by the way. You know, one click away. So 90% of the people, a lot of people will say there's 380 in America. I say with the way the borders were opened and the way that they're not doing mass deportation like they said they would, it's probably closer to 420. I would think it's probably closer to 420. It's been going on for a long time. They only made it an issue in the last election because they had to. It's been going on for a very, very long time. So I'd say around 420. He's saying what, 90% of the people? What is that? What is that? Like 380? He thinks 380 million people. Obviously, I'm not doing the math right. He thinks 380 million people are on board with what he's saying. Isn't that interesting? For a guy that doesn't actually communicate with the general population, that is a bold statement. It's a bold statement to put out there, you know? Anyway, that's Lindsey Graham, guys. Hopefully you guessed right when it comes to Lindsey Graham and what he thinks about the ballroom. I don't know. And I would think, since you guys are in here, most of you probably agree with Lindsey Graham, according to his stats. According to Lindsey Graham's stats, 90% of people actually agree with this. And also, the other 10% of people are just killers, crazy people who are one click away. Anyway, that's the clip, Jacob. Yep. I mean, just wild. I don't know what else to say about that, honestly. But let's keep on going here, guys. Let's keep on going. This is just the stuff. I haven't even gotten to the turning point stuff yet. Do I even have to play Mark Levin? I don't really want to play Mark Levin, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. He's basically just saying free speech has gone too far. You know, if I had to just break down what Mark Levin's talking about, he's just basically saying freedom of speech has gone too far and you shouldn't be able to talk about certain things. And he's saying he has no problem with deplatforming people as long as you brand them as Nazis. I mean, you know, more of the same. I'm done with Mark Levin. Instead of Mark Levin, how about this, guys? How about we play Tucker Carlson instead? You know? Anyway, let's do it.
Was this just a coincidence or another staged incident?
Tonight will be classic. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
Hours before the chaos, Caroline Leavitt told America to watch tonight because Donald Trump would bring the heat and there would be shots fired. Then suddenly, real shots were fired near the White House Correspondents Dinner. Shots fired. The Secret Service rushes in and they let Trump continue to sit there. And now they're going to resume the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and Trump still plans to deliver a speech. I'm not saying this was staged to boost Trump's tanking approval numbers, but it certainly looks odd. Trump was rushed out, guests hid under tables, Secret Service swarmed the room. So the question everyone is asking now, how did they know? Was shots fired just political slang or a chilling phrase that aged horribly within hours? Americans deserve transparency. If this was a real attack, security failures must be exposed. If it was political theater, that would be one of the biggest manipulations in modern history. Until the full truth comes out, millions will keep asking the same question, coincidence or calculated.
There you go. So I don't know. I can't find this video of Tucker talking about this, right? His last video, he wasn't wearing this shirt. He wasn't talking about these subjects. So maybe this is something that's about to come out. That's all I can think of. Maybe he's about to maybe he's about to make a series about this, probably a whole episode breaking it all down. I don't know when that would be coming out, but that was a little taste of what Tucker thinks about this whole thing. And I'm glad that he's actually saying that, because with the whole Charlie Kirk case, he has tried to stay very quiet. In fact, when I played you that clip of him and his brother Buckley talking about it, that was the most that he has speculated in regards to Charlie Kirk. And he does that because he says he loves Erika. He's friends with Erika currently. He was friends with Charlie, and he does communicate with the people of Turning Point. He does like them. So he has been very much just like, kind of staying hands off with the whole thing. But I'm glad he's not doing that in this situation. So pretty solid. Tucker Carlson, ladies and gentlemen, always, always, always a friend of the show. Now, let's move on here quickly. Now, I'm going to just say Valhalla caught some things that I actually did not catch when we're talking about this E. What kind of accent is that? What's going on with me? It's the caffeine. The caffeine has me tripping over words. He caught some things that I actually didn't catch. I'm going to show you a couple of them here. Okay. I'll show you all of them here, actually. Another WWE event. Well said. Well said. Whoever said that, well said. Another WWE event. I do feel, I always have had it, before I get into this, I have always had this theory that at first there was vlogging, right? There used to be vlogs. People would do vlogs all the time. And when it came to like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, one of them had an aspiration to be the greatest entertainer in the world. And another had an aspiration to be the first YouTube billionaire in the world. I think Mr. Beast kind of beat one of them to that. I think he's already a billionaire, or his channel at least is worth $1 billion. But I always looked at what they do and I go, oh, they just took vlogging and they merged it with the WWE, literally, because Logan Paul is a wrestler now. I don't know if you know that. He's a wrestler. And his brother's a boxer. And I was always like, they took the boxing and made that into like WWE. They took the vlogging aspect and turned that into WWE. So we have this weird world where everything's being filmed in this streamer. I don't know if you guys know this. Older people may not know this. There's something called streaming IRL. It's streaming in real life. So these guys will walk around in their everyday life and they're streaming live, and they'll do this for like 24 hours at a time, sometimes even longer. Film themselves sleeping, like all sorts of weird stuff. Showering, like everything. It's very weird. So in my mind, I'm like, it seems like the worlds have just kind of emerged. Or sorry, not emerged, merged together, where the vlogging and the streaming and the WWE and the scripting have all just made their way into like one being. And I think that spans into politics. I really do. I think that's a thing. I think that's part of the reason why the president was like, hey, man, like, I think this Jake Paul's going to run for office one day, And you're like, what the hell are you talking about? You're talking about Jake Paul. What are you saying? Do you think Jake Paul's related to Rand Paul? Is that what you think? What's going on with you? Why are you saying this? I think they've all merged. I think it's all happening at once. And yes, it links back to the old statement of the world is a stage, predictive programming, all that stuff. It does link up to all that. But I just think this is like their new way of doing it, and I think everything is a little WWE right now, Instead of fake and gay. Candace says fake and gay. I say WWE. Same thing, kind of. The Rock has that title. Yeah, possibly. They're going for it, though. They're still going for it. They're in the process of doing this, But yes, right now, The Rock definitely has that title. Let's keep going here. So, like I said, he caught some things that I missed. Check this out.
But also, this was just really, really odd at the press conference right after this active shooter scenario. Now, this is the entire Trump administration just minutes after this all took place. And I want to direct you to all of their faces and their emotions. Just a lot of big, happy smiles on literally every single person's face.
I did not catch this. They are all very happy. This is what, minutes? Is it minutes after? This is minutes after what happened. You know, we'll give them a little cushion. Let's say it's 60 minutes after. They're all very happy. He's making jokes. They're laughing. JD's smiling. You would think these guys would be pissed. First off, because it's like, look what the left did again. Look at what the left did again. Do you believe it? This is too much. You think there would be some of that inside of these guys, right? But none of that. They're actually, you know, pretty happy, pretty calm with the whole thing. It's weird. It's like what you would see backstage at a WWE event, right? That's what you would see. You'd see Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior sitting down, having drinks, pinky up. Oh, today was quite a good day. Quite a good day. We gave them what they needed, didn't we? Cheers, old friend. Like that kind of thing. That is how they talked behind the scenes, just in case you didn't know.
And when we zoom in, this to me just really doesn't resonate as people who were just potentially in an active shooter event minutes prior. Now, I can tell you all the times I've been shot at or in a gunfight. I promise you, I didn't see a single person, and these are Green Berets who are actually conditioned to these types of environments and these types of events. I didn't see anybody about 6 minutes after potentially having their lives taken, completely calm, cool, collected, with big grins and smiles on their faces. But again, I don't know. And another candid moment of Pete Hegseth walking off from that press conference. Seems like he's in a pretty good mood given what just happened. And here's photographer Andy Harnick just casually snapping photos as there's potentially a gunman outside in the lobby as he's still even holding his bourbon in his hand. Wow, nobody seems very panicked by the entire situation.
You see what I mean? This is crazy. This is nuts. I didn't catch this. Yeah, this looks like it's a tweet from somewhere. I did not catch this. You know, somebody said Heb barbecue fund. Listen, I'll eat at Heb barbecue way before any other place. I'm just saying. Terry Black's, whatever. Go to Terry Black's if you want to. You got $400 to spend. I'll go to Heb. I'll put a 20 down at Heb and be good. But yeah, this is crazy. This is nuts. He is just taking photos. People are under the tables. People are running around. Why is he comfortable doing that?
Situation, which is very bizarre. And just more, I mean, just amazing how there was photographers everywhere ready for this, right? And this is a great point. Here is Secret Service. I got to ask, what is she pointing her gun at? And
what is she pointing her gun at? That is true. What's going on right now?
Why is she looking away from where she's pointing her gun? It's almost like this was completely staged for a photo op. Again, maybe just incredibly, incredibly negligent and terrible at their job. I'm not sure yet. And again, just some really bizarre things to say right before this happened.
This speech tonight will be classic Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny. It'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room.
Yeah. Pure coincidence. It's all coincidence. It's all coincidence. And of course, everybody's wondering, like, what is this? What was the purpose? What was this for? Of course, we thought, maybe immediately we'd find out, of course, it was an Iranian sleeper cell, and now we got to go to a ground invasion, right? Was it going to be a transferee? What were we going to get out of this? Well, turns out Donald Trump let us know what this was all about, and we can tell by the script that dozens of MAGA influencers are going with this morning. All right, Donald Trump says this morning.
And this is where he covers pretty much what we covered yesterday. But again, it's very odd, the things that he caught that I did not catch. I just didn't see that at all. I didn't see any of this. And it makes you question things a little bit more. Now, somebody did say you never abandon a bourbon. You never, that is kind of true, but you definitely abandon a camera. I mean, usually you have the thing around your neck. You can let that fall. You got the bourbon. You take a step back. You get under a table. You just under the table. You would think, but everybody was real relaxed. And then again, when he brings that Secret Service woman, I think that's the same one that couldn't get her gun in the holster at Butler. I don't know if you guys saw that. I think that's the same one. What is she pointing her gun at? And why is there someone taking a picture of them? Because here's the thing. This is what you think you would see if there was actually someone taking a picture of you while you're trying to get this situation in order, and you don't know if there's an active shooter. You don't know if there's multiple. You just don't know what's going on. You think that every picture a photographer took would be the Secret Service people looking at them saying, get out of here. You think it would just be that. A lot of get out of here, put the camera down, get out of my face, move. You think it'd be a bunch of like blurry images of like Secret Service people coming at you. But no, not that at all. Anyway, and Cash wasn't ducking. That's just how short he was. That's actually funny. He wasn't ducking. Yeah, people said he was ducking under a table. No, he just got off his chair. That's all it was. He just got off his chair and just went doom, and he was just down like that, just looking around, all sticky. His girlfriend wasn't even there. I think she might have been. I just don't remember seeing any images of her. I figured somebody would have made a joke about a country music sensation. Just thought that would be a thing for sure, but apparently not. So anyway, let's move on, guys. Let's move on here. Erika Kirk, ladies and gentlemen, she's traumatized. Let's go. Let's read this really quick. Oh man, Erika Kirk, guys. A little bit of silence for Erika Kirk. A little bit of respect for Erika Kirk, please. Ladies and gentlemen, relax. Erika's here. She has something to say. Quiet down. Quiet. Quit clinging your coffee cups around. Erika Kirk, Saturday was yet another traumatic example of the evil in our country and the continued rise in political violence. I'm taking time to spend with my family. I will be joining the Charlie Kirk Show Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST to briefly address what took place. Is that now? Well, that's in half an hour. Is that in half an hour? Wait, what's the? Oh, okay, that's tomorrow. I was like, oh, we're watching that. I was like, we were watching that for sure. But that is Erika Kirk, ladies and gentlemen. That is what she has to say. And there is more. There's actually more. First, I'll show you a little bit of James Lee, Erika Kirk. I'll be spending time with family by doing an unnecessary media appearance. That is a proper translation. James Lee apparently speaks Ericanese, Erika Kirkanese. So there you have it. But there is more. There is more when it comes to this whole thing. Let me just play that clip. Let me find the Glenn Beck clip, because apparently Andrew was on Glenn Beck. Now, Project Constitution was speculating that this is a soft announcement that something may be happening in regards to Turning Point, possibly not having Erika be the CEO. That was the speculation. Don't know that to be true, but if it was true, I think it would be the best thing for the company. And I think a lot of you out there agree. Now, let's check this clip out really quick. And I'm going to show it to you. I almost didn't show it to you. I'm not pulling a Baron today. Today, I am not pulling a Baron. I am on point today, okay? I promise you. I may have spoke too soon. I might have just jinxed it. I might have just messed it up by saying that, but here we go.
Does she want to continue to do this, Andrew? I mean, how much?
Yeah, I mean, listen, she is absolutely committed to, and I don't want to put words in Erika's mouth. I think she's probably going to kind of clarify what this event has meant to her, at some point this week, and kind of where her head's at. So I don't want to speak for her, but actually, she's completely committed and devoted to fulfilling Charlie's legacy and mission, and none of that has changed. Obviously, this was this was a triggering experience in more ways than one, and it wasn't just her as well. There was Mikey was at the event, and Mikey was just a few feet away from Charlie at UVU, and I know this was hard for him too. And it's so in some ways I'm the lucky one, if you could call it that, where I haven't been up close to those events, and I've had to live with the fallout certainly, but it's not hitting some deep sort of mental image. So I'm grateful for that. But listen, this whole thing is terrible, and I just think that we've got to do something, because our side thinks everything's Mossad or the Jews or whatever, and at least not the fringy folks on our side. And then we're still dealing with a radicalized, mainstream, violent assassination culture that is rising up on the left. And I think that's the most terrifying thing about this, Glenn, is you've got this guy was a fairly normie, indiscernible and indistinguishable from so many of the other voices that you hear on the nightly news. And that's the real issue here. And you've got Hassan Piker talking about we need to, soak the streets in capitalist blood. And you've got, they want to talk about social murder with the New York Times, straight out of Engels in the 1800s. And we shouldn't be surprised when they are wrapping themselves in ideological pretzels to justify murder culture of conservatives. You got Destiny, who's a popular online leftist who says that conservatives, this was right after Charlie's assassination, need to be terrified about going out in public. Like, this is what we're up against, and so to the fringy folks on the right, not everything is Mossad or the Jews. To the crazies on the left, you need to stop, okay? You need to stop exacerbating everything and blaming Trump for your own actions. This is what's crazy.
The problem is they're not.
It's sad that this labeling thing used to happen so much, during 2024, during 2016, these elections. This used to happen so much, where they would label you if you were even leaning towards Trump at all. They would label you all these different things, and now we're seeing these conservatives doing the exact same thing, getting labeled. I don't think everything is Jays or, Philadelphia. I don't think everything's that. I think the things should be looked into of the Philadelphia government. I don't think the general population of Philadelphia should be in question at all. But these blanket statements that they use is an attempt to make the position of questioning anything radioactive. Because the second that you start questioning them, in his eyes and in so many different people's eyes, out of nowhere, you just become this person who thinks everything's just Philadelphia, this crazed person, this hateful person. It's a tactic. They've been using it for a long time, long time. And I'm just surprised to see Andrew doing it. And especially when he talks about the whole, offing culture, the offing of people. Well, that's what they're doing with Tyler. I mean, he was in an interview with somebody who said that they think they should be able to drag him into the street. And the guy hasn't even been found guilty yet. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I get it. That's my saying. That's what I say.
Go ahead.
They're not going to stop. The leaders won't stop, because this is the chaos they want. They know they are trying to collapse the republic. They're not just trying to kill Donald Trump or something. They're trying to collapse the United States of America and the republic, period. So they're not going to stop. It's the normal people that are listening to this, that are marching with the No Kings rallies and all of this stuff.
Oh, I said I wouldn't do it, and I said I jinxed it. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, man. Come on. Man. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it got me. All right. Let's get back to it. Dang. I just said, what was that, 40 seconds ago I said that? Oh, man. Anyway, let's keep going. I can't believe that.
They're not going to stop. It's the normal people that are listening to this, that are marching with the No Kings rallies and all of this stuff. They got to stop. You've got to wake up and notice that you are surrounded by people who want to destroy the republic, who want to bring this whole thing down. They're not against Donald Trump and his policies. They are against capitalism, the free market system, and the United States of America, period. Wake the hell up.
There you go. There you go. You got to wake up. You got to stop. Stop doing what you're doing. Stop questioning things. And it's funny because they're taking this issue and they're blanketing it towards Erika. They're blanketing it towards the investigation. They're just blanketing it everywhere they can. Like, these people want to destroy the republic. They want to destroy America. You know, that's what they used to say about the left. Now they're saying it about people on the right. It seems like they're saying it about everybody who disagrees with them. Kind of like the way the left used to call everybody a Nazi. You know, they famously called Ben Shapiro one because they didn't know who Ben Shapiro was, but they heard what he was saying and they just called him one. And then he was like, hi, you know, showed his hat and he was like, hello. And they were like, oh, we've made a grave mistake. But they didn't stop. They kept doing it to every single person. You know, what was it? Ben Carson? Ben Carson famously called the black face of white supremacy, right? They just wouldn't stop. And now the same thing's happening. So funny. Wow. I found that so funny when they said that about Ben Carson, the black face of white supremacy. I was like, there's a little double entendre there for sure. Let's get into Turning Point. Turning Point has had enough. So it seems. Andrew Colvett. I'm not going to mess this one up. Lost connection. Oh no. Try sharing your screen again. Let me see here. Can you guys see the screen? Can you guys see the screen? Reset your browser. Right. Glenn Beck is lame. Yeah, he is. Can you guys see the screen? Should be able to see the screen. Yeah, you see the screen? You can see it, right? I don't know why it's telling me. This thing's trying to scare me. All right. Anyway, okay. So many people said yes. All right, let's move forward. Turning Point getting pretty pissed off, I have to say. I think this is the full clip. I have a couple of other clips highlighting some things, but I think this is the full thing. I wanted to show you guys the full thing. This is like an 8-minute clip. That's weird. It's doing a little something with the with their faces. You know, I'm seeing a little lag from them. Let's see here. Okay. You guys are saying you can't hear it. Okay. Something is going on here. Hold on. Let me remove this screen for a second. Let me stop screen sharing there. Let me reset that really quick. Let me see something here. Let me make sure that this is all good. Is this the clip? Yeah, it is. Let's see if I reshare this. Right? Let me see. Can you guys hear it now?
You know, we're not having the show we thought we would have today.
We're not having the show. We didn't have the show on Saturday that we thought we were going to have either. I was actually at the White House Correspondents Dinner, as many of you probably know by now. I didn't say much about it before the event. I was honored to be invited by a few different outlets. Went and sitting next to Harmeet Dillon. And the night was going along. It was great, having a good time, meeting a lot of old friends, saying hi to new ones. And then, you know, while we're sitting there waiting for the food to get served, President Trump, J.D. Vance, and others on the dais, on the stage, all of a sudden you start seeing everybody duck for cover.
Did you hear anything?
I heard essentially what I thought somebody was kind of going like that. Like I clocked something in the back of my mind as, you know, maybe a tray fell but I actually thought, you know, somebody was pounding because it was such a raucous, cacophonous room. And I will just say, you know, there's been a lot of talk about the security in that room. But for me, it was like when we were in there, you couldn't navigate. The tables were so close together that if people were sitting in the chairs, there was zero room to navigate in between. And so it was I mean, God forbid that place would have had a fire. because people would not have gotten out, guaranteed. I mean, it was a total fire hazard, I will say.
That does sound like something Trump might do. They're like, Mr. President, it's gotten too full. He's like, nah, make the event bigger.
No, I don't know who made that kind of decision, but it was a tight squeeze. So essentially, you heard this noise, but again, you kind of just assumed there was a lot going on. Somebody dropped something or whatever, and then little by little, starting in the back of the room, you saw people ducking underneath their tables, and so sure enough, we dove underneath our table. And you could see the thing that I will never forget was the urgency. I would call it like a violent urgency of the Secret Service as everybody dives under the table, because you could hear them yelling and you could see them running, and there was like they were throwing chairs to get them out of the way, and you're like, whoa, something is up. And so everybody just starts. We dive under the table. We're there again. Time was sort of a blur, but I would assume maybe 3 to 5 minutes under the table. Under the and you kind of, I'm peeking out. I'm trying to see if the coast is clear. Then it becomes, did President Trump get shot? Because I kind of looked up.
And it was probably a lot harder for you guys to tell.
No, we had no idea what happened, because I look up, they're all gone off the stage, and you see, tactical outfitted Secret Service on the stage, and you see them marching down the middle. And you see them, and by the way, so I was so close up to, I was essentially house left, stage right, a couple rows back from the stage, and the Secret Service came right by our table and walked on our chairs. So a Secret Service put his boot on the chair I was just sitting on as they were navigating in the room. Harmeet's head was kind of poked up a little bit. She got stepped on. Yeah, like I mean it's a poor thing, actually. She had a welt on her head from getting stepped on. I mean, this.
Why is he laughing? Blake, I'm telling you, man. I said it the other day. I think Blake is much shiftier than Andrew is. I really do. This guy starts laughing. She got her head stepped on. It almost caved in her head. And he's like, wow, this is just incredible. Incredible stuff.
In theory, could be the next Attorney General of the United States. She got stepped on by a Secret Service that were working with such urgency, and they obviously had no idea who was at what table. So eventually everything kind of calms down. I get up. Everybody starts kind of rising. I see Philip Wegman, who's with the Wall Street Journal. I said, Phil, did they get, is the president okay? Because at this point, I'm like, there was a shot that came from the back?
There's bad reception in that room because it's underground.
There was no reception. Nobody could make phone calls. So I asked Phil, I said,
no reception. Andrew recorded a video in the room. What's he talking about? What? He recorded a video. He was in the room. He hadn't left. And he was recording a video of everything going on. How is he saying there's no reception? Or did he actually record it in the room because he knew that was like the place, and then went outside and then made sure to send it outside and post it on X? That is what? Really? All right. Either he's making it up, or he is that in tune with how this needed to be presented that he made sure to go outside. Yeah, I know you can record without it being, but still, again, it's either he did it inside and sent it all inside because it was like a true moment, or he was like, I really got to sell this, record this here. I'm going to go outside and put this out on X, because he did it within minutes of this whole thing happening. What? Are you kidding me? Or it was pre-recorded. As soon as he went in there, he just was like, the first few minutes before everything happened. No. It was definitely had. There's still a commotion, Exactly. He's public relations, right? He's like trying to show something. But who is he public relations for? Who's he doing that for? Is that for Turning Point, or is that for the administration? Interesting.
Did they get the president? Is JD okay? Because in theory, I'm thinking, did a shot come from the back of the room and I just didn't hear it and it got President Trump? Well, Phil says that they had actually he watched him get off the table. Next thing I know, Brian off the stage, so he was okay. JD, he said, I didn't see JD. Next thing I know, Brian Stelter of CNN is up on the stage with doing a selfie video. Like, I don't know. It was, and it's a room full of journalists. And so they're all got their cameras out doing like live reporting, I think just to record the videos.
He did the same thing. Why is he? I don't like Brian Stelter at all, especially after his performance at Davos World Economic Forum, and what he was actually pushing. And he was like speaking for the American people about, America being censored. I think it was disgusting. But Andrew did the exact same thing. He's saying, they were all recording and this and that. He did the exact same thing.
I was enjoying the split between journalists who filmed events around them and the ones taking selfies videos of themselves.
So I instantly run over. I was probably about 10 tables away, 12 tables away from where Erika was seated. I ran over there as quickly as I could because it was so crammed and jammed. I could only make it over there so quickly. And she had already been ushered out. I ran into Harris Faulkner and I ran into Martha McCallum, and they said that they had seen Erika get ushered out. She was okay. Harris and Erika, I believe, sort of were under the same table praying when it was all happening. And I mean, it was a terrifying moment. Everybody, I got a number of texts and calls. Are you okay? Poso called right away. Tyler Boyer called right away. And I just, my phone was blowing up. But, here's the thing. I'm okay. My concern in the moment was just for Erika, for Mikey, others, and, just to see the way that the reaction has been from this moment. And we're going to happen because my phone was blown up. But,
this is where he gets into it. Ladies and gentlemen. This is where he gets pissed with all of us.
Here's the thing. I'm okay. My concern in the moment was just for Erika, for Mikey, others, and, just to see the way that the reaction has been from this moment. And we're going to get into the details. We're going to get into the Secret Service, the perimeter. We have Susan Crabtree joining us next. We've got a great show in store for you. But my reaction is just that a shock and horror that people are alleging that Erika's reaction was somehow, performative. Up yours. Up yours.
Screw those people. That's disgusting.
Secondly, that this was staged to get sympathy for Trump or even for Erika or Turning Point. Up yours.
This is
up yours. I wish Candace was going live today because I know she'd play this clip. I know she would. Hopefully she does on Wednesday. Up yours, he says. Hey, for any of you who are thinking independently and thinking outside the box and just kind of having your own thought processes, up yours. Hey, for any of you who are deciding to think for yourself and look at the information that you're seeing, kind of question things, up yours, huh? Come on. Okay.
Screw you.
This is actually a good test. Like, if you are a person where it is reasonable to you that assassination attempts are faked, are staged, just stop opining on public events. Because
I have to say, I think Blake is way zestier than Andrew. I see some of you calling Andrew zesty. I think Blake is way zestier. Way zestier. You know what I mean? I don't know. You just
like, if you are a person where it is reasonable to you that assassination attempts are faked, are staged, just stop opining on public events because your brain is too cooked by television, by movies, by memes you read on the internet to think rationally about things.
Listen,
period.
Yeah, I understand COVID. That was a whole.
Blake even said period, like the way girls do. When girls do a mic, girls don't do mic drops. They go period. And they walk off. And there's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can say back once they do that. That's what Blake just did. Period. How about that?
Things.
Listen,
period.
Yeah, I understand COVID. That was a whole op. I get it. The Russia hoax op. I get there's reasons to be distrustful and to hold elected leaders' feet to the fire. I'm all on board with that. But for real, if you are going to assume that everything is the freaking Jews or everything is some staged 5D chess move and that leftists don't want you dead, I've got about 48 minutes of clips loaded up today to prove you wrong. to prove that you are missing the big E on the eye chart. And I said it before, but I'll say it again. When Charlie was with us, he was not afraid of the Jews. He was afraid of purple-haired jihadists that wanted him dead. He was afraid of trannies. He was afraid of wild, violent assassination culture that's running amok on the left. And if you can't get it through your freaking head yet, I have nothing for you. To Blake's point, get off the internet. You are cooked. Your brain is toast. Wake up.
Your brain is toast. This is incredible coming from these guys, you know? Really incredible coming from these guys.
We have put up with deranged leftists, politicians going to No Kings rallies where they're holding signs saying, kill all tyrants, they all must die. We have Hassan Piker saying blood in the streets. We have Destiny saying conservatives should be terrified of being in public.
As people were walking out of this event, they passed people with signs that said, kill all of them, death to tyrants.
Death to tyrants.
And those people knew what had happened, and they either made those signs in response to what happened, or they decided to wave them anyway. That is the kind of people you are dealing with.
And we've been putting up with it in this country like it's nothing. Like this is just the new normal. It can't be.
Okay. So that's them. They're pissed. You know, can't think everything's a 5D chess move. Although when the president does something, often what someone like Dan Bongino and people like Andrew and various Mark Levin, various conservative voices will say, you got to trust the plan. There's a plan to all this. When you see him doing something, you got to watch close. Don't worry. This is the art of the deal. They constantly push the 5D chess thing. Now, all of a sudden, when everybody's like, well, I know about 5D chess. I mean, this could be 5D chess. All of a sudden now they're like, up yours. Up yours. All right. Duh, this angry Colvette, right? And Batty Blake on the scene. Angry Colvette and Batty Blake. Hopefully those nicknames stick. So there you go. And again, trying to make it radioactive. Anybody who's questioning, because what they bring up about it being all Philadelphia, not everything's Philadelphia. It's the thing that triggered them in this video was people questioning Erika and people questioning the event. And somehow they link those two things that have nothing to do with Philadelphia. As far as I can see, I don't know, have nothing to do with it. Somehow they link whoever is questioning those things and questioning Erika having a problem with Philadelphia. Again, trying to make it radioactive. And the reason that they do this is so the people who are, let's just say not like you, okay? The people who are already on the president's side, it's so they don't question anything. Well, I don't want to be seen as someone who thinks it's all Philadelphia, so I won't question anything because I don't want to be one of those people, right? I don't want Andrew sticking anything up mine. So because I don't want him sticking anything up mine along with Blake, I'll make sure not to answer anything. I'll make sure not to question anything. Interesting stuff, guys. So those are the other two clips that I had. Just wanted to make sure. I knew the 8-minute clip would address everything, and I'm very glad that it did. But I mean, not buying it. Not buying what these theater kids are selling, quite honestly. Okay? They're just theater kids. Just getting mad. Anyway. I could just quickly check on. What did Zach Costello say about this? Friend of the show, by the way. Okay, I didn't have one from him on this. Unless he was the one that posted this. Nope. Was he the one that posted this? Nope. All right, we'll move on. Z. Cohen Sanchez has this to say about Turning Point. Apparently, behind the scenes, when it comes to the whole debate and really doing what Turning Point used to be all about, apparently, maybe a shirt that says, "Why so sad?" That'd be a good shirt. Why so sad with a crying face? Not her crying face, because you can't use her face. That just came to mind. Anyway, let's jump in here. Boom. So, Zico and Sanchez. This is the lady, or otherwise, I don't know. Some people have told me otherwise, but I'll say lady. I'll say that someone said Zach's going through something. Yeah, he's having a baby. He's having a baby very soon. It's a stressful thing having a baby, man. I mean, that's what I know so far. So she says, Andrew, you promised you'd debate us. Now your staff won't give a date. Here's the thing about me, I don't ever quit. You're still carrying that loss to Adam Mulker. Mulker? I guess I haven't heard of this person. And everyone sees what's happening right now. Turning Point is in free fall while Erika Kirk runs it into the ground. Listen to your student leadership who are resigning with more resignations on the way. They are all screaming to be heard, and all you do is mock them while they run to us for a safe haven. You should all be ashamed of yourself. Now, apparently, what's happening with the Un-F America tour, and it is not Un-F, it is the F word. Worst name for an organization. Could you imagine the organization becomes worth $1 billion and that's the name you have to run with? What? Bad choice, man. Or a good choice, forcing CNN and all these big news outlets to say the Un-F America tour, that would be pretty cool, actually. But what's happening behind the scenes apparently is that a lot of the student leadership is actually coming to them complaining about Turning Point because they're seeing what it's becoming. So now they are now aligning with the Un-F America tour, which is I would say very liberal. I think I'm not wrong in that. It's like a super liberal. It's basically as conservative as Turning Point has been with Charlie Kirk on board. That is how liberal the Un-F America tour is. I think that's a fair comparison. So the Up Yours tour, the Un-Up Yours tour. Solid. I like that. So apparently all the student leadership is starting to run to them and say, hey, look at what's going on. This looks ridiculous. And this person, this Sanchez person, is apparently investigating quite a bit of what's happening with Turning Point's leadership. I don't know. They keep talking about how they're going to have a bunch of investigations on Turning Point. So they're investigating pretty heavily right now. There is the video. Perfect. I just want to see what Andrew said no to. What did he say no to? Oh, he said no to this. Okay, let me see. Let's put this one up here really quick for you guys. Let's see. This is Z, apparently. Z. Isn't that a pronoun? Z? Am I wrong about that? Z's a pronoun, right? I don't know. Whatever. I'm 40. I don't care. Let's go.
They've never been hit like this before. Turning Point USA is scrambling. And to be honest with you, the damage is so bad, I don't even know if it's recoverable. Let's talk about it. By the way, if this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Z. I run the largest counter organization to Turning Point USA on the left national ground game. And in the next few weeks, I'm going to be coming out with some groundbreaking research on Turning Point and their internal operations. So if you want to know about that, go ahead and hit the follow button right now. Okay, let me catch you up. So a couple of weeks ago, the first Turning Point president came forward from their college chapter at the University of Arkansas. And basically they said that there is no North Star anymore. Essentially, they wanted to say that Erika Kirk is really the reason, but they weren't gutsy enough to say that. And so instead of the president just stepping down from that chapter, the entire chapter completely dissolved. So basically that set off a chain of events that a lot of people have not been talking about. However, shortly after that, St. Mary's College vice president stepped down. Then it was followed by the Florida International University president stepping down from their Turning Point chapter.
What?
And eventually, a big one, which just happened, which was the University of Georgia, where they just had that failed event with J.D. Vance where Erika Kirk lied. Their president stepped down and said a very interesting statement about how she does not think that it is appropriate for people to be backing up these lies from Turning Point USA. So effectively, Erika Kirk has been completely destroying their chapters from the inside, which is insane because their donors are so heavily reliant on giving to Turning Point USA because of their chapter infrastructure. And if there's one thing that we know about Turning Point, it's that all they care about is money. So no matter what, they are not going to let their donors walk away, which means that their only way out of this without losing their donors is that Erika Kirk will have to step down. A lot's going to be happening with this and other things in the next coming weeks. So if you want to stay up to date with what's going on, remember to follow me to Unfuck America. They've
Someone said I'm pulling a Barron. No, I'm not, man. Don't scare me like that. I can see the screen. Can you? Did I? No. You saw that. Come on. You saw that. Come on. Don't do that to me. Come on. Don't scare me like that, man. Don't do that to me. This is very weird. This is very weird that she said this. Now, I just want to say, as we're watching this, keep in mind, she is extremely biased. Okay? Just extremely biased. So do keep that in mind. You know, I do want to show you what she has to say, but you do have to know she despises Turning Point. I mean, she made an organization alongside other people that follows Turning Point around and tries to discredit them. You know, that's what they did. That's what they would do over and over and over again. So just keep that in mind as you're watching it. Says she has some stuff coming down the pipe. That makes sense to me because she is closer in age than to the actual Turning Point chapters than Andrew and all those guys. So it is possible that she's talking to all these people, and she has been known to talk to people who are on the right. So she's not one of these people on the left that kind of segregates themselves and says, I won't discuss anything with anybody on the other side. It's the one thing they do that is actually very much like Charlie. They make sure to talk to anybody. I can give them that credit. It seems like they're willing to sit down and debate with anybody. So we'll see. We'll see what she has. I did not know. Did you guys know this? I didn't know about all these people who stepped down.
I've been talking about. However, shortly after that, St.
Mary's Turning Point vice president steps down. Members react. I mean, it says Junior Elisis Morales discusses recent published interview in the Wall Street Journal with the Observer. Members with the organization share about the establishment of it and their thoughts on her departure.
College vice president stepped down. Then it was followed by FUI Turning Point USA chapter president steps down over racist group chat. That I didn't know. That's crazy. The Florida International University president stepping down from their Turning.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that one. And it was like a quote unquote racist group chat. It seemed like a bunch of kids talking a bunch of smack, thinking that nobody would ever see it kind of thing. But yeah, I guess there is a lot of leadership stepping down. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So there is that. We don't know what this is going to turn into. She claims it's a big thing, but you know, like I said before, she's been against Turning Point the entire time. So do remember that as I'm showing you this, you know, just so you understand where they're at. Somebody said, is that a bloke? I don't know, man. It's 2026. I have no idea anymore. I don't know. It keeps getting better. People keep doing it. I don't know. I have no idea. You know, if you take me back to 1998 and you ask me that question, I'd be like, no. I'd be like, what's the matter with you? It's 2026. I can't answer anymore. I have no idea. I have no clue. I you know, maybe. Man, I'm glad I don't have to date in this temperature. I mean, if you had to date in this temperature, I don't know who's married out there. Imagine you had to date nowadays, you know, guys, imagine the things you'd have to look out for. It would be crazy. I'm so glad I'm out of that. Jeez. You just, because you wouldn't know. And then you'd get fired from your job when you're like, hey, I didn't want to go on a date with you. And they'd be like, oh, really? And they start recording you. And the next thing you know, someone calls you, you're fired. And you're just like, what happened? I just didn't want to. I thought it was but it was really and I don't want to do that. And, oh, that's it. And New York Times writes a story about you. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I'm so glad. So glad. Anyway, let's move on, guys. Gary has a big problem with what we showed. Isn't it funny how different people, how their minds work? Because Gary has a real problem with this. I didn't have a problem with this from Barron. I thought Barron did an excellent job talking about this. But apparently, someone said Houston STDs. Are they different in Houston? See, I don't know that. So what, they got super ones over there? They got SSTDs? What are we going to do? Staying married to my wife forever. Never getting divorced. Anyway, apparently Gary had a really big problem with this. Let's just recap really quick what Barron had to say.
Any religious tradition, does it say if you're a widow, you get a free pass to lie to anyone you want, to gaslight everybody you meet, for everything you've ever done in your entire life that is dog doo-doo? You just get overlooked. No one's allowed to bring it up. No one's allowed to talk about it. For the rest of your life, everyone has to fawn all over you and support you because, my God, you're a widow. It doesn't exist. I've looked at scripture. It's not in there. Erika, Graham, Gary, not in here. Andrew, Blake, doesn't say it. There's no requirement. I support her as the head of TPUSA. There's no prohibition on me criticizing her for documented falsehoods. None. And I'm tired of this gaslight play. We were inundated with it last night, this gaslight play. You've got to support Erika. You've got to pray for Erika. Why? Why?
Apparently, Gary had an issue with that. Kandahar Curley, as I heard he prefers to be called. Yeah, I don't know. I just heard that. Apparently, there's a rumor going around that he's a descendant of the Kandahar giant. I don't know who started that, but I've heard it quite a bit, and I've heard that it's true. So I'll just leave it at that. But Gary had a really big problem with what Barron was saying. He said this right here is the type of stuff that gets people killed, he said. Baron Coleman is most dishonest, etc., etc. Calling your smears just criticism of Erika is the real gaslighting. What smears? Anytime, this is why me and Gary got into this back and forth, because it's like, are you watching Barron's videos? Are you watching his live streams? He's not the funny comedic, just making fun of things. He's doing real work. Like real work. Like, how do you, like, I get it if you don't like him, you don't like what he's getting into and you wish he would cover other things. Like, I could understand that if he said that, but man, oh man, to act like as if these are smears that he's doing against Erika, it's just so crazy. Someone said, I unsubbed from Gary. You were subbed? Ugh. Jeez. You should repent, man. Kandahar Blinker. Yeah, I heard he likes that name too. But yeah, he's waging a full reputational offing based on lies, while not so subtly implying she's responsible for what happened to Charlie. He's not really speculated that at all. He's inciting violence. Dye your hair blue, Gary. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? He's inciting violence, period. Oh, you know, he said period like Blake. He meant period. Period. That's what he did this there. If you believe it, that's what Gary does. That kind of reckless rhetoric is exactly how violence happens and gets people offed. I bet if we went through Barron Whisper campaign Coleman's life, we'd find he makes Erika look like a saint. I don't think so. I don't really think so, honestly. I don't know. Because if we went through people's lives, I mean, we'd have to really go into what happened. We'd have to really go into what happened in Romania. Now, I don't know. But if we had to really go deep, that might be where she kind of makes him look like a saint. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just saying. He has a lot of kids. She was just around a lot of kids, you know? Not that she did anything. I don't know. There's accusations around the whole thing, but who knows? And then I say, who knows? And it's like, well, you know, people have done a lot of heavy research into the whole thing, and it's actually quite disgusting. But, you know, anyway, Gary thinks that something is going to happen to people. This is the whole campaign that I was talking about before, where they make it seem as though something is going to happen to someone, whether it be Erika or the president, etc. And it's because people are asking questions. You know, that whole thing. It's because he's asking questions. It's because they're pointing out things. You know, when he talks about the falsehoods, these are real. Everybody knows this is not speculation. This is not, oh, just some people are biased and some people are not. These are real things that have happened that have turned out to be not true. Right. I mean, the most recent one you can point to is not her directly, but she's endorsing it, her company, because she's the CEO now. You know, turning point with the Charlie Kirk audio where he says, I appoint her as the CEO. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's supposed to be a thing. That's a real video where he said all of that all at once. And it seems like it's not true. There's many other things you can point to. You don't have to just point to the innocent thing of like, oh, I don't drink, but then she's drinking. Oh, I don't date, but then she's drinking and dating on a reality TV show. You don't have to just point to that. There's so many other things to point to. I'm just saying, you know. But that's scary. That's Gary. Let's switch over here. Friend of the show, Sam Tripley. Matt Walsh hadn't met a psyop he wouldn't deep throat. Oh, goodness. Sam, come on. Let's see what Sam's talking about at least. That's a wild thing to say just out of nowhere. I'm officially convinced it was a hoax. The Trump administration recruited leftist Kamala Harris, voting Trump hater, to participate in a staged offing that would include the pew pew getting shot at and then locked in federal prison for the rest of his life. The Kamala Harris voter agreed to this plan that works against his political and personal interests because he's just like a real generous guy. Meanwhile, the administration, despite dastardly, someone tagged me in this because he said dastardly. They're like, Matt's mocking you. You're not mocking me. I love the word dastardly. Dastardly planning multiple offing hoaxes, decided to keep their patsy alive and permanently liability to them, rather than just offing him like they could have easily done. They did this because they also they're really strangely generous in a very odd and specific way. So in summary, we have a plot where all parties involved were working against their own interests, while no real discernible benefit to any of them. There is no evidence of this plan. It doesn't even make any intuitive sense. And the motives for everyone are unclear, if not insane, but still, I believe it because I'm a very smart person. So that is what he had to say there. And that is what someone had to say back. I didn't even plan that. I had no idea that would be there. Oh, tale as old as time. Get back to work, Matt Walsh. Get back to work. That is hilarious. I had no idea that would be there. I had no clue. I'm telling you, I did not plan that. That's crazy. I was actually looking for James Lee. That's what I was looking for. I thought I would find a quote from James Lee because he talked about it. James Lee was someone who said, this is just crazy. You can use the word crazy, use the R word, crazy commentary. I know you guys can't see it. If you don't like someone, you can always just, okay, so that's in reference to something else. That was hilarious. Man, oh man, I didn't see that coming at all. I'm glad it did though. Jeez, look at that. Everybody knows Matt has to get back to work. Everybody, you know? Now write all that again, but this time use all the details surrounding any other offing you believe we might not be getting the full story about. Yeah, a lot of people. Why was security so relaxed? Why was his cabinet there, including the VP? Oh, and Erika. We have to have Erika there. They're all questions, and no amount to attempt to shame those who ask will work. I love that. I love that, because that's exactly what's happening there. He's trying to do the whole thing of, you're dumb. You're very dumb if you have any questions about this. And it's just not working. This type of thing just doesn't work anymore. You can't just tell people they're dumb if they have a question about something. It's just not going to work anymore. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that's not working anymore. It's nuts. But, Matt Walsh has been doing this for quite some time in regards to Erika. He's had some things to say about Erika. People questioning Erika. He's very upset about that. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like that people are saying Erika is, I'm trying to find the thing as I'm saying it to you, but he doesn't like the fact that people are actually questioning Erika, saying that she is performative. He's very annoyed about that. He's speaking on that solely because he wants to. It has nothing to do with his political affiliations at all. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's attached to the Daily Wire, and it is his lifeline currently. It has nothing to do with any of that. There it is right there. What are you sending me messages for? This guy's trying to send me messages. Wants me to go get my firearm license with him. Let's see here. Let's see. Pull this up here. Erika Kirk seen crying. She's so performative. Look at those fake tears. And then we go down a little more. Erika seen not crying. Wow. Look like she's moved on pretty fast. Why isn't she more upset? Erika seen laughing. What's so funny? Her husband died. Erika seen frowning. Why she's scowling like that? Erika seen existing in public. She should be at home with her kids she abandoned. Erika seen not existing in public. Where is she? Why is she hiding? When has she not been seen in public? What are you talking about? You're just bringing up things. Erika seen eating pancakes. Look at this stupid bimbo eating pancakes. Too good for waffles. It's so funny the way that he's doing this. It's such bad faith from someone who is really good at good faith conversations. That's how you know there's some kind of coordinated thing going on here. Because, why is he? It's almost like he's demoting his own critical thinking skills, right? Writing something out like this is really, I don't know, I would think beneath him to be doing this type of thing, because that's not what's happening. People aren't just saying she's seen crying. Oh, look, she's so performative. Look at those fake tears. They're saying there's no tears when she's seen not crying. Look, she's moved on so fast. Well, it's because she's laughing. And then when people say she's moved on fast, it's because they're looking at a video of her just days after her husband passed. They're not talking about a year from now, 2 years from now. Joe Kent got married years after his wife passed away, and the president's like, oh, he got married pretty fast. Oh, he got married pretty quickly. Why can he comment on that and it's all good, but if we comment on her laughing in a live in a Zoom call, all of a sudden it's some kind of problem? That is weird. She should be home with her kids, and she's never been hiding from the public. That's never happened even once. Even when she said she wanted to go, even when she said she wanted to go from that event, she was still outside. She didn't go. It's crazy. It's getting out of control, man. I'm just saying. 5 days later, exactly 5 days later, on a Zoom call, laughing. At the memorial, no real tears. These are the things people are calling out. And he's just making it seem like, oh man, look at these people. Look how dumb these people are acting. Look how ridiculous they're being. Look how they're contradicting themselves. That's not what's happening. Erika seen laughing. What's so funny? Your husband passed away. Yeah. That is what people say because it's days later. Anyway, Gary and Matt should get together and do like a buddy cop movie. I think that'd be a good movie. I think it'd be a pretty solid little film. This person had this to say really quick. Erika Kirk isn't likable. You're just not going to convince people that a mediocre person is a star. That's not how it works. She should really go back to being behind the scenes. This is just going to continue to keep continuing. 100%. Just not a likable person altogether. I already showed you all the donators, right? I already showed you guys all this. Well, you can touch on Barron stuff a little bit because somebody did send me the timestamps. I should check it out just a touch, not too much, but explaining Graham Allen's followers scare him because that's what happened to Cole. Let's see that. I don't know if you guys had a chance to catch Barron's show last night. I did not because I gotta, for some reason, I gotta help put these kids to sleep. My wife just likes me there as moral support. I'm just there because I can just be like, hey, that's enough. It's so weird how you just turn into a dad. Kid starts doing something, you're like, hey, that's enough of that. What are you doing? No. You don't do that. You don't do that. And they listen, which is weird. They don't know I don't know anything about being a dad. They have no clue, but they listen like I do. Like I've been a dad forever or something. Let's go 1 hour, 14 minutes. Let's check it out. Thank you so much to the person who brought me these timestamps. You are truly appreciated. I didn't even ask, and you just you came through with it, so I do appreciate that. Let's check this out. This is where he talks about Graham Allen's followers. Let's see what this is all about here. Switch over here. You guys can see it. I'm not going to pull a Barron while watching Barron. I'm not doing that.
In other words, the life he's living online is radicalizing him in a way that people in real life are not seeing. I'll say this. You know what worries me? I get a lot of questions about, do you feel safe doing this as your show grows and you get more people watching? You know what worries me is not someone who says crazy things to me. And I get that. I get people who write emails or write direct text messages or on Twitter or comment in my Twitter feed and say all this crazy stuff. That doesn't worry me. There's an old saying, if they tell you they're coming, they're not coming. I'm not worried by those people. I'm worried by irresponsible people who say things online that suggest someone needs to take action against me. I can think of one in particular, Gary. Gary's Twitter feed worries me. He's irresponsible. He's irresponsible because it's not even what he says. It's in the comments. I see this same type of behavior. And I know Gary's a government agent. I know he's a government asset. He has a defense contract. I mean, it's just clear as day. He got it 8 days after Charlie Kirk died. He'd never really had a decent contract before. He gets $190,000 within a week and a day of Charlie Kirk going down. So obvious government agent, government asset. And as an actor of the government, I really greatly worry about his irresponsible Twitter messages that he allows to take place under his crazy statements. When he calls me dangerous, when he calls me all these things, underneath that are people who are saying things like someone needs to stop him, someone needs to do something. It's the same thing. Now, I'm not worth $50 million. I don't have round the clock Gulfstream 5 security and all that. I'm just me. I'm just out here running a YouTube channel. I'm actively saying people shouldn't be doing anything violent against anybody. He's actively saying people should file complaints against me and take action. And it called me dangerous at one. I don't feel like I'm very dangerous. I worry about stuff like that, though. I don't think Gary's coming. But I worry about some of the nutcases in his comment section getting this guy's kind of affirmation. This same Cole Allen affirmation. You get in these chat rooms, you get in these Twitter feeds, you get in these groups, and all of a sudden, these people start taking it upon themselves, say, I'm going to be the guy to take care of it. I'm going to be the guy to do it. That's psycho, man. That's psycho. And there's a key distinction, because I know that, I like to think of what someone would say in response to it. But Baron, you say Erika Kirk's a liar. Yeah, I do. I don't think anybody should take any action against her. I've said that time and time again. I think the board should probably tell her it's time to go home. I think she can live off her $50 million plus she probably has in the bank account. That might be an understatement by a multiple, as far as I know. I think she would live a very nice life and be a wonderful mother to her 2 kids. I think it's a totally different tone. A totally different tone. I'm not really worried about it. Don't cry for me, Argentina. But I wanted to mention it because this is kind of what I think happened to this guy. I think he probably was a left-wing guy, had left-wing political beliefs, but being chronically online and getting all his validation online, he sort of became on people's radar. I'll show you some examples of landing on people's radars. Here is a Google Trends search. Going back in time. Remember the first few episodes of this program were about Google Trends? Here's a Google Trends search. Cole Thomas Allen. Notice Thomas has no H. So the likelihood that you have a Cole Thomas Allen random search is greatly diminished. And here it is in the spring of this year in the District of Columbia with quotes. Cole Thomas Allen with quotes in D.C. The first week of March, or the second week of March of this year. That's a weird search, guys, if we're being honest. That's a weird search. What about this one out of California? This was April 21st, Cole Thomas Allen out of California. That was 4 days before the event that night. Now, this could be he lived in California. Somebody there was interested in him and wanted to know more about him and looked him up. But again, do you look people up by their 3 names? Let's go overseas. Has he landed on anybody's radar overseas? Yes, as a matter of fact, and our greatest ally, mid to late June of 2025, Cole Thomas Allen, spelled correctly, quotes on either side of it, landing on the radar overseas at that point. And so my point here is, as you're getting this radicalization, as you're starting to land on the radar, you might have interested parties looking in saying, who is this guy? And as soon as you land on someone's radar, you're ripe for exploitation.
That's what I was wondering as he was saying these, because I never thought of this before, but do you think when you see the searches that people are just focusing in on him? Because when it comes to someone online, right, if they're searching him, they could just reach out to him. They could just find him on Discord. They could just find him on Reddit. They could just find him on Instagram. They could just befriend him and then push that along, push what they've seen so far along. I wonder, because I am a big proponent of it is possible to have people who are being used and don't know they're being used. That is you could be a part of something and not realize you're a part of it. Right. I've actually, I've talked about this in terms of like Rogan. Like Rogan could be a part of something and not actually realize it. Right. It's like you figure out, you just meet a guy, this guy, Jamie, like, you know how Jamie and Joe met? Like Jamie just approached him at a comedy club and he's like, I think I can help you with your audio. And Joe's like, okay. And then the next thing you know, he's in there. Joe already has a producer, Brian Redband, who he started the podcast with. They were fighting a lot. They were arguing a lot. And it was like this ripe, perfect situation where all of a sudden it's like Jamie's in there alongside Brian. And the next thing you know, Brian gets pushed out and then it's just Jamie. And then years later, you have everybody being like, Jamie's some kind of asset and Jamie's this and Jamie's that. Jamie's a handler. It's like, I don't know. But as soon as Jamie came on board, it's like the podcast really started taking off. Is it just because of the dynamic that they have? Because Jamie's just doing so much? I don't know. I have no idea. Right? Jamie was just pushing things along. He was only there to fix the audio. But then all of a sudden he took on all these other roles. Right? And now it's like the podcast seems like it can't function without him. So if he did try to push certain information or said, hey, I don't want to have, people on who discuss about this, it's like, I don't know if that works, or if Joe just says, hey, you're an employee, be quiet. I have no idea. Yes, a lot of people speculate that Jamie's a handler. I don't think so, but I also know that I have a bias, right? So I don't sit back and look at those people and call them names. I don't say up yours to those people who think that, because I know I have my bias. So, I think about that. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, you get security and you're like, well, who's the best security? Well, it's like ex-military guys, right? So you get a bunch of those. And the next thing you know, you have someone reach out to you. They're part of the agency, but they want to sit down and have a conversation on your podcast. They think it would be cool. Next thing you know, you meet another guy who's active military. The next thing you know, you meet a politician, you meet this, you meet that, And all of a sudden you have this network around you that's now the president and the vice president and all the DNI and all these people. And the next thing you know, maybe they're, you need to have conversations off the record with people, and you tap into those people because it's such a grand, incredible Rolodex you have now. And the next thing you know, you're being shuffled around here and there. And you have no idea, or you do. I don't know. But, Joe's not the only example. There's many examples that you can think of. How would you know? So same with that Cole Allen guy. And it doesn't let them off the hook. They still make the decisions. They're just being pushed around, figuratively. They're just being pushed around. Do. They still make the decision to Naruto run into a building, carrying all these things that it doesn't seem like they're carrying at all, and get subdued within seconds. Right? Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be a case. Matt Walsh says, hey, look at this guy. Like when he's making that joke about, the whole situation. It's like, you don't know if that guy's going to live. You have no idea. Oh, they just kept him alive. You don't know that. The night's still young. You don't know how long that guy's going to be around for. Might not be around for that long. It's something to think about. But I do feel what Barron's saying there with Gary, because that is a thing that they do. It's a weird thing that they do. You saw Tim Pool try to do it to Candace. Remember when he was yelling? He was yelling out like the schematics or the breakdown of Candace's security. Oh, you said she only has that one fat guy as security. Yeah, what's that? She's not going through what we're going through. Yeah, you said there's just one guy at the gate at the left side who's just right there, and the rest of the place is unmanned, right? That's all you said. She's not going through what we're going through here. And you're like, wow, he just broke down everything about her security layout, allegedly. Who knows if he's right? And he's screaming, oh man, look at what she's doing. Look at what she's doing. Gary called me a satanic grifter. So satanic. I was like, oh, okay. That's interesting. That claim never came before I gave my life to God, before I gave my life to Christ. Before, no one ever said anything like that before, But then all of a sudden now, because I'm saying certain things. Yeah. Interesting the way that works. So I definitely see what he's saying there. Definitely understand what Barron's talking about there. So we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. The radicalization of people is somebody said, oh, what did you say there? Beanie Tim is a wall kissing podcaster. Yeah, exactly. And I don't think you're talking about the wall of his compound. I think you're talking about a different wall. I don't actually know which wall you're talking about. I think it's a different wall you're talking about. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that is satanic grifters. Yeah, it's such a weird term. Weird term to use because you saw tarot cards. But I get it. Have fun with it. See if it works. It didn't work. Everybody was like, because I've talked about it too much. So people were just like, he's already addressed all this. And it led to one of the scariest moments of my life. I never had a scarier moment. Did I ever tell you guys about that? Where the old hag, you guys know about sleep paralysis? The Hat Man, the old hag, the type of weird demon-like things that you see. I had the old hag on my chest pounding into my head. It was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. And after it happened, I had to sleep with the lights on for like 3 weeks. I couldn't go to sleep, and I definitely couldn't go to sleep in the room where I was. I had to sleep somewhere else, like on a couch. It was crazy. It was the scariest thing ever. And then I got rid of all that meditation stuff. And oh my gosh, scariest thing ever. Yeah. But I'll talk about it. You never told us? I feel like I did. Oh, I've mentioned on the podcast for sure. Your wife is watching. I had this old hag. I got drunk one night, and then I ended up with an old hag next. No. The old hag is like go look it up. It's like a black-haired, slicked back demon type of thing that stands on your chest. And I was doing all that weird meditation stuff. I thought it was just Buddhist type stuff. I thought I was just meditating, but in reality, now I understand that I was opening myself up without any intention. And that's not a good thing to do. You shouldn't just open yourself up with no intention at all. You're not calling in Christ. You're not reading scripture. You're just meditating and opening yourself wide open. And eventually, one of those dark entities will look and be like, what's going on with this guy? It's pretty sad. He's pretty depressed. Let me try and get with this guy. Let me try and attach to this guy. So yeah, just one night I was sleeping, and out of nowhere, I feel this crazy pressure on my head. Almost like, in a movie when a bomb goes off and you're ping and you can't hear anything else. That sound was happening. And there's this pressure on my head, like as if somebody is trying to push on my temple hard, like they're trying to get into my head. And I'm fighting it. And then it happens again. And I'm fighting it. And then it happens again. And then somehow I'm in bed flat, but I get up. Okay. So like my spirit, my astral body, I don't know. I get up and I roll off the bed, and I look and I can see myself on the bed still. And there's something on top of me. And I'm like, it's the scariest thing I've ever seen. And this thing looks at me, and I'm trying to move, but it's like my legs don't work, right? It's like my legs aren't working, but I'm trying to move. I'm trying to do like that crawl, and I'm sliding away. And then the thing looks at me, and then all of a sudden I'm back in my bed, and I wake up and I am drenched in sweat, drenched to the point where I'm like, did I just urinate everywhere? I'm drenched from my calves all the way to my head. I'm drenched. It's crazy. And I'm breathing heavy, and I'm like, what was that? It was the scariest thing I've ever gone through. It was nuts. And after that point, yeah, I'm moist. And after that point, I was like, I have to get rid of all this meditation stuff. I started looking into it more. Thankfully, my sister is a little bit of a heavy, like new aged person. So she saw the things that I had, and she goes, oh, this is like pagan stuff. You're doing like pagan rituals. And I'm like, I'm not doing pagan rituals. I'm like, that's a Buddha. I'm like, I'm just setting up an altar for a Buddha. And she's like, yeah, but you set up altars. She's like, you're trying to attract something. Like, what are you doing? She's like, you have all the elements. You have dirt and wind and air. And like, why do you have all that? And water? Like, why do you have all that? And I'm like, I don't know. I just thought the elements would be cool. She's like, well, if you're not into that stuff, you should stop doing it. And I was like, oh. And then I got rid of everything. And I didn't find God at that point, but I knew that there was real darkness. And that's kind of the key to push you towards Christ, is when you figure out there is actual, real evil in the world. And then it puts you on this path where you're searching for the actual, real, intense good in the world. So it put me on that track to figure that out. It was really weird. Really, really weird time. Yeah, Gary found those pictures, and I'm like, oh. He's like, oh, you're a satanic grifter. I'm like, come on, man. But yeah, it was a great realization I got to have, really weird. Yeah, Captain Planet. Think about what Captain Planet is. If you really think about it, you break down cartoons. It's a little pagan in and of itself as well. You think about it: earth, wind, water, fire, heart, go planet. And then they summon this creature. This creature that does violent things to bad people, and the creature's all green and stuff, and it's Captain Planet. What? That's crazy. That's a kid's show, Yeah, really weird. Yeah, Gaia. Yeah, exactly, Gaia. All right. I didn't want to get into all this, but yeah, that was the thing that popped up. I found it very, very funny. Very funny that was happening. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We got to get into these, and we got to get into the coffees. Where the coffees at? Just in case there's some. All right, there's a few. We will get to the coffees 100%. But yeah, if you're ever wondering, don't open yourself up to things that you don't quite understand. Make sure you have a good understanding of what you're doing. Right? Don't just go off of, like I've had arguments with one guest or one audience member where they were just talking about how everything's good and love and light. And it's like, not always. You should kind of have the discernment. The discernment comes from knowledge. Now I know that that's dark, but at the time I didn't. And it's like, how long was I opening myself up to? And, I had to get cleansed. I had to give my life to Christ, and I had to get sober and break all these weird generational curses that are on my family and myself, and do that for my kids. It's like, you gotta be real careful, man. You gotta be real careful. That's what I would say to anybody. Do what you want, but be careful. I'm not gonna, yell at anybody for doing what they want, but anyway, let's jump in here. I truly believe the magician predicted name on the paper showed Vivian. Look that up. Weird. He said he predicted Vivian as Levitt's baby's name in the clip. Looks to be another letter. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that he predicted her name. I think that's what he was doing. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, I heard that. Definitely. That's the one, son. Apoc Shakur. Yeah, man. I might go with that one. Little shout out. Friend of the show, Officer Tatum. I'm just listening. Coach, please get more descriptive. I don't know what this or that it looks like. Thanks, boss. Oh, you're just listening. Oh, okay. Didn't realize. Yeah, I got to do that. I got to think of that more. That's something Rogan was really good at. He would always be like, hey, this is what we're looking at right now. Yeah, I gotta get better at that. Thank you for that. Mortal Kombat Ultra, Honey Hips McCoy fatality. I told you about the hips, the hip fatality where he's just banging his hips. He just, as fast as the Flash, this hip, boom, then he spins around, boom, 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 boom. And then he walks off. Fatality, self-mastery, fatality. Let's keep going here. Hit the like, siempre. I find it incredible that I can read Spanish. You know how crazy that is for me, that I can read another language. I have to work on English though, that's for sure. Ashley says nothing. Thank you so much, Ashley. Or she said period. Sorry, I saw that. You said period. I get it. Coach, the Officer Tatum with the pow drawn on the left hits the officer standing against the wall. He goes down as Cole sprints by. What? The officer with the pow on the left, the officer standing against the wall, goes down as he sprints by. Yeah, he goes down, but I don't know why he goes down. Is it because he's knocked down? Or it's because he's ducking down because he doesn't know what he's looking at. But, perhaps people have speculated that that's the officer that got hit. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Jenna Gore. Check out Above. What is that? Above Majestic on Prime. If you haven't already, right up your alley. David Wilcock, one of the narrators. Really, rest in peace to him. I have not heard of that. Why is it right up my alley? See, if you sent me a coffee, you'd be able to explain it all to me. To the Heb. Daisy, what's going on? Heb barbecue fun. Yeah, it's better. It's way better. Terry Blacks. $500 on Terry Blacks on mac and cheese and brisket. You crazy? And then they want you to buy a shirt, costs $50 on the way out? Huh? What? You crazy? Go straight to Heb. Go to Rudy's. It's like it's a barbecue place, and some of them have a gas station attached. Let's go. What? Fill up. Go there in a heartbeat. Kidding me? Won't even break 100. JJ Rasta, I want Sister Candace to do a special series for the man like DJ T, playing with fire and all that. I don't know if she'll do a series on him. I don't know. She's getting kind of she doesn't like him now, she doesn't like she doesn't find him I was gonna say attractive, but you know what I mean. She doesn't see any real value in that anymore, J May 77. Why do you support Valhalla VFT after he clearly took money and tried to paint a narrative on Mitch Snow towards Candace? Not cool, brother. Just saying. Well, you don't actually know that for sure. You're saying he clearly took money, but like, where's the clearly? That would be my thing. You'd have to tell me where the clearly is, where he took money. Other than that, it's like, what are you talking about? Plus, I know him. Like, I don't know if you guys know this. I know him. So it's not a crazy thing. I'm not just like pulling clips out of nowhere. Like, I actually know the guy. I've actually talked to the guy. I don't think that was what was going on. I kind of feel like he got played a little bit by Gary, because he was talking about, people have said he's talking about like not disrespecting a brother in certain terms when he would have disagreements with Gary. Like, and this is way back. This is like, I don't know, 4 months ago. And he would talk about, like Gary would talk about them being good friends. That's what he said to Mitch Snow. And then when Valhalla has a different opinion than Gary, when they're both on Alex Tones' show, all of a sudden, the next day, he just attacks him and says, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's not a sniper. He's talking out of his ass. Like, he's saying all sorts of things about Valhalla. So I think Valhalla got played, quite honestly. That's what it seems like. Seems like they're supposed to be, you serve with a guy, you're supposed to be close, and then all of a sudden that happens. But again, that whole clearly took money, you'd have to show me that, because I talked to him after that, and and he was I won't talk about our conversation, but he was feeling it. He's like, man, he's like, whoa. He was taken aback by the response. So I don't think he was taking any money there, but show me if you have a receipt or something like that. Please let me know. I doubt you do though. But if you did, I'd be like, holy Jesus. Next episode. Lindsey Graham is wanting us to fund space for elite to have a extravagant a space. I thought you were talking about space, like up in space. Space for elites to have an extravagant party. You got to be kidding me. I'll keep my little money I have. Yeah, right. But they're going to force it. That's the thing. He's not even asking for donations. He was asking for donations because he's running again for Senate. And then on top of that, when it comes to the ballroom, he just expects it to be taxpayer money. That's it. So you don't even have a choice. It's crazy. I just want to go home. Shabbat shalom. Miss Jackson, hello. That is what Erika said. I'm pretty sure. I think we're paraphrasing, but I'm pretty sure. Actually, Larry Elder. Oh, you're right. Wait. Yes, you actually are right. Larry Elder was the black face of white supremacy. Yes, you are actually right. Yeah. That's true. There you go. But they're so similar, those two. That's how I confuse them. But yeah, you're 100% right. That's funny. I'm glad somebody actually remembers it happening. Triple blonde risotto. Is that what that says? Is that risotto? Over ice. What is that word? I don't know. Over ice in a grande cup with 2 stevias and a splash of heavy cream. Cheapest bang for your buck. No. The cheapest bang for my buck is I buy, coffee. I buy coffee. I really like the French press, but I feel like it just takes too much time sometimes. But I got both. We got the Keurig and we got the French press, I think, or it broke when we were moving. I don't know. Have to look into that. But for anybody who likes what this guy's talking about, go check it out. I'm not into coffee that much. I don't do splashes of things. I do black. I just black hot. Thank you. That's it. Drink it. That's it. Ash of the Dead. Did we ever get a good answer as to why Destiny was agreeing with that girl that called him right after Charlie passed away that they were effed? That's interesting. No, there has not been an answer to that. For people that don't know what she's talking about, Destiny was live, and that girl that person, Cohen Sanchez, called him up while he was live. She didn't know he was live. So she calls up and Charlie has passed away. And she goes, did you hear what happened to Charlie? And he's like, yeah. He's like, he's dead, right? And she's like, yeah. She's like, dude, and then she says, we're effed. And then she's about to start talking more. And he goes, yeah. No, 100%. I gotta go. And then he just hangs up on her. So she was going to say something, but we have no idea what she was going to say. We have no clue what she was going to say. So no, we've never gotten an answer on that. And no one's questioned Destiny on it. For a guy that does debates and stuff, you would think somebody would have asked him about that by now. Iran Lego song speculates Honey cheated on Cash. Oh, she would never. What? On Cash? Listen. Nobody cheats on a big hunk of 5'4" man with cross eyes. No one cheats on that. You kidding me? No one cheats on a man that's wearing a women's medium jacket. Are you kidding me right now, bro? Are you joking? Oh, you got to be joking, man. You can't be serious about that. There's no way she would do that. What? She's with him because she loves him. You're just mistaken. See, that's what's going on right now. You're mistaken. She's with him because she absolutely loves him and cares about him. That's what's going on there. I don't know, man. This person's a little lost in the sauce, as they say, as the kids say. Do the kids still say that? Maybe. Nobody would cheat on Cash. What? I don't know, man. You should get your facts straight, sir. Cash Patel is a very desirable man. And she thanks the Lord that she got to be with someone like that. I'm just saying, would you cheat on a guy like that? Huh? You're looking at him straight in his face and one eye is going that way and the other guy is going that way. You're going to cheat on a guy like that? A guy who's watching your back from both sides when he's looking you straight in the face? You sound ungrateful. That's what that sounds like. Anyway, let's keep going here. I got to check out these Lego songs. I'm not seeing them. Everybody keeps asking me of these Lego songs. I have not seen these songs. Colleen, does anyone really listen to these two nincompoops talking about Andrew and Blake for sure? Okay, so your name's Colleen. Are you calling me Colleen as well? Is that what you're doing? Huh? Is that what you're doing? Haven't gotten that type of insult since I was a kid. Someone calling me Colleen. My friend, rest in peace, his girlfriend would call me Colleen. She would always do that all the time. Hats cover lobotomy scars. Who was Erika praying to? Lucifer, BB, a combo? Whoever would listen, whoever's okay with everything she's doing and has done, that's who she's praying to. She's like, just whoever I can get my hands on right now. That's what I think. I think it's a combo. I think you're right about that. A combo makes sense. Want to hedge your bets, you know what I mean? That's why she throws Jesus out there sometimes, and then her eyes get all crazy, and then she throws out the Lord, right? And then the Lord's interchangeable. When you're one of those people, when you're one of those Zeo Rangers, Lord is interchangeable. It could be Satan, could be BB, Sometimes people think of them as the same thing, Let's keep going here. Please no on the Erika photo. You'll lose viewers, I'm afraid. Oh man, come on. Are you kidding me? Fine, I'll just do a shirt. I won't sell it or anything. It'll just be mine, Colleen, home with kidney stone after listening and laughing. This thing is definitely going to pass. Oh gosh. Really? You got a kidney stone? Is it easier as a woman for kidney stones? Because I've seen them. Oh my God. The things I've seen. I've not seen one come out, but I saw my buddy had one time. We were young. We were like in our early 20s. This guy used to eat terribly and like not drink water. He was a degenerate. And he showed us one that he passed. He worked in a restaurant and he passed out because of it. He's just like, and he just fainted. This thing came out. It was the size of an almond. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't think that was possible. It came out crazy. Isn't it a little easier as a woman? I guess it's not. I guess because it's jagged. That thing came out jagged. I was like, I had no idea. Ever since then, water. I've always done 3 to 4 liters of water a day because somebody said like, oh, that's how you prevent them. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't have a massive jagged thing coming out of me. No problem. How much water? Oh man, that put me straight on water. Are you kidding me? I hope you're feeling okay too. Hope you're feeling all right. I'm glad that I helped it pass. You know, rather it pass with you laughing than you just like passing out on the floor. You might be passed out on the floor right now. You sent this super chat a little while ago. You might be on the floor right now, just twitching. I don't know. I hope not. I hope you're doing all right. You know, let us know how it went. Hats off the cover lobotomy scars. Blake has Mikey do that hip thing with you. Taking a little, talking a little lispy and light in the loafers. Bro, you're the one blaming the left and blaming Philly. Just saying. Man. Blake has Mikey doing the hip thing. Oh, Blake has Mikey doing the hip thing with you? I don't know. What hip thing? Dancing? You got to specify. See, if you sent a coffee, right, you'd be able to say that. You'd be able to say everything you needed to say. Sway Diesel. Oh, I like Sway Diesel. At least one bottle of baby oil at the house type zesty. Yeah, I was saying, you know, I think Blake seems zestier than Andrew. He does. He seems like an adult twink. You know, like twinks are usually like young. He seems like an older twink type of person, you know. Blake pines to be invited to a White House party. Oh, to a white party. Sway Diesel. Oh, that's so funny. For those of you that don't know what a white party is, that is where billionaires invite rappers and other people in the music industry, and they get in very uncomfortable situations, pictures, things like that. And they seem like Diddy parties. That's what they seem like. But nobody calls it out as such. So tap water is disgusting. Yeah, of course. I don't drink tap water. What are you, out of your mind? You out of your mind? You know who I am? I don't drink tap water. I can't. I've heard too many things. You know, not gonna say them here, but you guys know. You guys know the thing that's in there. You guys know. Everybody knows. It's a lot. It's more than they say. It's too much. It's not good. It's a neurotoxin, allegedly. Adult twink. Yeah, you like that? He seems like it. I don't know if that's a bad thing. It's probably a good thing in their community, you know? I imagine that the ballroom underground facilities might have input from Philadelphia. The U.S. helped build the military HQ in Philadelphia under an apartment building. Rent is $1,500 per month per one resident. Really? Huh. I didn't know that. They helped them build that. That's taxpayer money. For sure. It sounds like the beginning of the Turning Point USA coming out tour. Wouldn't that be something? It'd be a lot better than what they're doing now. I've been telling my wife, politics, it's just pro wrestling. Just ask Glenn Jacobs, Kane. Oh, Kane. Wow. You remember back in the day, Kane? Oh, you guys don't even know. Kane was something else back in the day. Yeah, and that's what it seems like to me. Honestly. Jamie Abbott. I don't date in this environment. I'm divorced and I'm focused on being the best woman and trust God will bring me the right man. Yeah, that is what you have to do. And, you know, hopefully, you know, if I don't know what religion you are, but if you find him in church or wherever you go, that would be a good start, I think. You know, I'd never find somebody in the club right now. Oh my gosh. I've only gone to a club like twice in my whole life. It's terrible. Let me check that. Let me check for Adam's apple. Run DNA. I don't know. How would I know? You know, I assume I assume everyone's telling me the truth. Z Sanchez. I don't know. Z is a very nondescript name, I have to say. I don't know. Acutely numb. Coach, I know you have a lot going on, but I'm curious. Well, when do you think? Oh, members. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we have been going through so much adjustment. I'm trying to do an interview every Friday. So I think the best thing to do, because Candace won't be on, Baron will be on a little later. I think the best thing to do is start doing it on Fridays. That way it's lighter, because when we do it on Tuesdays, it's like 2 heavy shows, and that's a little hard. And then we have to focus on one baby napping, or my wife's pretty much going to have to hold the baby and just nurse the baby while we do it, kind of thing. Like, that's what's going to be going on. Or we're lucky enough to get them both napping at the same time. So it's just like a lot of napping logistics to take care of. So we do it on Friday. I do an interview because that's usually a lighter type of show. And then we do that. We do the members afterwards. So the interview runs from like 10 a.m. EST, 9 a.m. CST to about 1 p.m., 12 noon. And then a couple hours off to get everything straightened out, get everything set up. And then we do the members before Baron goes live. And I think that would be the best thing to do. So we have to change it to Friday due to babies. And I hope you guys understand. So that's what we're trying to do this Friday. I want to do that. So just to let you know, Coach with the marathon length podcast. Well, I mean, almost, yeah, not quite. We're not quite there. I don't even know if we'll make it to Baron levels right now. In terms of time, it blows my mind that people actually watch the Charlie Kirk show. I can't even handle 30-second clips of those flamboyant queens, period. Oh man, yeah, it is kind of weird. Like, I understand completely. Are you still doing Buy Me a Coffee? Can you pin the link? Oh man, I did. I don't even know how to pin the link in this one. This is a little different, all this stuff here. Let me see if I can pin that link for you. Let's see here. Because it's different now. How do I pin it? It's a different program. Everything was so easy before. I can show it. Can I pin it? No. Put user in timeout? No, that's me. I don't want to put me in timeout. See, it's not letting me pin it now. I got to ask Baron for some pointers, honestly. Because, yeah, it's not pinned now. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how to pin something in this program. It's completely different. It's completely different, guys. Let me see here. Nope. I can star it. What happens when I star something? Does that mean something? That means something to any of you? Oh, and then it went away. See, I'm so 40 with this. Jeez. All right. Here. Just show that. But it's in the description as well. Just to let you know. And I'm showing it there, but I got to take it away because I got to look at the next person's name. Anyway, again, buymeacoffee.com, buymeacoffee.com/Coach Colin. Are we still doing the Buy Me a Coffee link? Yep. It's still there. I'm still accepting coffee. Where's the coffees at? Mods, help. I didn't realize so many people wanted to jump over to the coffees. My bad. It's always in the description though. It's always in the description. Always has been. I just never thought to tell anybody about it, but it's always in the description. No joke, Coach. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was paralyzed and a woman was staring at me. I couldn't scream, couldn't move. I was 4 years old, but can still remember it. Whew, that's Jamie. What's going on, Jamie? That is wild. Yeah, it's something else when it happens. I'm telling you, man. It's freaky when it happens to you. When you actually see one of these things, it's really, really creepy. Really creepy. For me, it was just life-changing. It was life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. Fallout guy, thank you for having Candace's back. Love to see all the truth tellers go live together. Epic. All of us go live together. I mean, maybe one day. I don't know when that would happen. Elizabeth, Coach, did you hear what a guy said to Erika after she said she wanted to go home? Oh, why so sad? Yeah, we heard it. It was ridiculous. Did you see Sean Ryan with Oz? He had a sentence written for the end of the show. It was unbelievable if he predicted that. I still want to know how. Part of me, when people have those type of abilities, you want to just go, oh, well, it's demonic. It's demonic. But there are ways to kind of figure these things out that he figures out. He talks about it because you guys know about the telepathy tapes. On Joe Rogan brings up the telepathy tapes, and Oz, he starts talking about, he's like, those are fake. He's like, the kid parent thing. He's like, I can tell you how they do it for sure. He's like, it's not telepathy. So, it doesn't mean that he's right about that, but there are ways that they do these things. So I don't get it at all, but apparently there's a method to the madness, and it's not just like he just has some demonic entity attached to him. Hi, Coach. I have a true creepy story I posted on Reddit if you're interested. Fun fact, after I posted it, someone messaged me and we went talking for something happened to him. In crazy thing about it is dude lives down the street from me. Really? I am interested. I'm very interested about stuff like that. Like, that's the type of stuff I like to talk about on the members. Weird stuff like that. Let me know. Message me on Instagram or something like that. Tell me about it. Or tell me where I can find it on Reddit. You're a lefty explains a lot in a good way. What, left-handed? Oh yeah, I'm left-handed, definitely. And my dad was, I think. Weird. And my kid is, I think. We can't tell yet. But yeah, I'm left-handed, definitely. Milady? What is this? Male lady mama. Hey, I'm behind. But didn't Andrew Colvette just tell Glenn he wasn't there? Then on Charlie Kirk's show, he was saying he was there. Hope you and the fam are doing well, Coach. Thank you very much. We are doing very well. I don't know if he said that to Glenn Beck. I mean, he posted a video being there. That would be a weird slip up to then say you weren't there. That would be pretty crazy. I don't believe that's what he said. Have you had a chance to review Pyramid of Power? I have not. Is this on YouTube? I just have to find this thing. Pyramid of Power. What is this? Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, it is, because you said Derek Bros or Bros or something like that. Who's at the top? Okay. All right. I will. I gotta watch it. It's long though, man. It's long. I'll give it a shot though, but I have not. Thank you for reminding me though. You've been reminding me of that for months actually. Above majestic equals very conspiracy minded. Oh, okay. Cool. All right. That is, somebody said, Jamie, lefties rule, Coach. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I know we do. I've always known that. That's an easy one to know. Anyway, let's get to these coffees here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go over here, get some coffee in ya. Let's reset the page. Just in case some more came in. Looks like it did. There's just a few today, I think. Just a few. The Lily Reb connection. Facts. Let's see how long this is. Facts. Washington Hilton holds 3,000 people and about 2,300 attended Saturday night's event. The White House Correspondents Dinner hosts more than 2,000 people, while the president planned ballroom is expected to only seat 1,000. Andrew Colvette, it was so packed, good thing there wasn't a fire. No one would have been able to gotten out. It was a fire hazard. Also, Andrew Colvette, this is why the president needs to build this ballroom. That's interesting. It holds 3,000, 2,300 were there. I feel like someone said 2,600 were there, actually. Or maybe the venue holds 2,600. And then he's building one that's just going to be 1,000 people. That is weird. Yeah, I guess you just got to cut the invite short. When they build it, Andrew just won't be there, and Blake definitely won't be there. I think that's what's going to happen there. First super with you. You're amazing. Did you fall out with Fleet? Someone commented on Resist video that they did you wrong. Oh, did someone say that? I got no problem with Fleet. I think Fleet's super talented. I like Fleet. I still want to work with Fleet. I love what Fleet does. The animations are incredible. Yeah, I think that could be a giant thing. B. Lee bought a coffee. How did they get the video from the hotel and release so quickly? It was circulating while people were still locked in there. How did they get the video from the hotel released so quickly? It was circulating. That's true. How did they get that released so quickly? That's actually a good question. Not just because, get it released quickly. You can just be like, here you go, put it out there right away. But at the same time, why would they get it released so quickly? Why would you need to have it released so quickly? Right? The main focus would be, let's focus on getting this guy in cuffs, getting this guy, Mirandized, all that good stuff. Let's focus on who's hurt, who's not. Let's focus on how he got in there. Let's focus on how the president's doing, vice president, all the people that attended. Let's focus on, is there another person who could possibly bring any harm to anybody? Why would you be so quick to release that footage? And I think the first person to release someone was the president himself. I don't know. I don't get that. Actually. I didn't even think of that. Flip-flot it. Coach, we have all woken up with a hag on us, but you should not open yourself up wide open. No. Your hag might have been angry Colvette. It wasn't. I didn't even know Colvette back then. I didn't even know about a Colvette at that time. But you're right. Got to be more careful. Definitely got to be more careful. I really enjoy your morning show. This is Jen. I really enjoy your morning live shows. A light humor to start the day is good for the soul. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. F Rain, Renee, have you seen the Why So Sad clip of Erika leaving the event? It's giving Heath Ledger Joker vibes. Yeah, I played it. Yeah, that's so funny. Someone told me about it yesterday while we were recording here, and I just didn't think to pull it up. I was like, I don't know. But somebody told me about it. Then I saw Jesse talking about it, so I was like, why not talk about it? But yeah, that was crazy. That's great. That person is ruthless. Again, I don't know who that was, but they got no filter. Kandahar Curly on center stage has one regular. Batty Baked Blake, Angry Colvette is out sticking fingers where the sun don't shine. Magic McCoy swinging his magnificent hips like Shakira. Is that a day at the office for Turning Point? Erika is nowhere to be seen, but the kids run around every day at the office. Yeah, right. The whole thing doesn't make sense. Everything, the whole thing. I don't understand it. Are we ever gonna really understand it? The kids are running around all the time. Okay, sure. Sure they are. Fine. People just take care of them. Fine, whatever. But you're never there. So why are the kids there? You're not there. So is there a nanny there? You're traveling all the time. This, I don't know, man. Yeah. Autumn. That's a wonderful name. Autumn. I've often thought about naming a girl Autumn. And sorry if you're a guy and I just said that. I had 3 minutes, 33 seconds left in the sauna when you were popping off about the 333 coincidences in the ice shooting. What must I do now to protect myself from the curse you tried to put on me? Just kidding. I'm sure I'll be fine. Maybe someone check on me tomorrow though. Well, get out of the sauna. That'd be the first place. Get out of there. Do your time and get out of there. You'll be all right. Good shower, little cold plunge maybe afterwards. VDA. Have you seen Didi's videos on the cards? Which cards? Oh, those. Okay. The last post on Charlie's Instagram before the bang is the president with the enough is enough. Huh. Andrew's in charge of his socials. Oh. Erika's last X post ended with enough is enough. Whoa. This phrase is continuously repeated from the turning point and the admin. Huh. Where's my pen? DD card video. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I gotta have DD on the show. I'm trying to do interviews every Friday. I gotta have him on. Tom, I gotta have Sabby on too. Sabby Sabs. Kiefer, Tom. I'll just call you Tom. Coach, I want to send you a few cool gifts I know you'll love. All I need is a mailing address, and I'm having trouble finding that info. I'm convinced you'll love one of these gifts in particular. A mailing address, please. Okay. I think you sent me a message on Instagram too. We'll figure that out. P.O. box or something like that. What is this that you think I'd love? Why do you think I'd love it? What is it that you think I would love? You don't know what I love. Architecture. Are you gonna send me a house? Are you gonna send me a duplex? Well, what do you think it is? Is it a tattoo? I love tattoos and I love architecture, and I love hats. I love hoodies. If it's one of those things, you're correct. But other than that, I don't even know. No more paintings. Make your whole wall the painting. Splatter paint and have multiple black holes. Excuse me? Then you can change out the faces as people pop up in current events. It would be cool and be a very entertaining, interactive background. Love the show. That's actually a good idea. When I first started reading it, I'm like, this is ridiculous. That's actually a pretty good idea. But I'm definitely not doing that, okay? Because I'm not an artist. I don't know how to splash things properly. You just splash paint everywhere. Like, there's a carpet here, sir. Like, I don't or lady, sorry. There's a carpet here. What are we talking about? That's a big endeavor. I don't know how to do that. And then what do I do if then the wall's painted forever? What if I adjust and move and do a different wall all of a sudden? And then there's paint everywhere? Come on, can't do that. It's a good idea, though. That would be fun. It would be fun. I agree on the underground bunker and ballroom is the cover. Obama's never left D.C. I guess the president can stay up there, too. Marie, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And I think something's going on with that. I think it's weird. Miss Chris Viz, thank you for bringing important info. Lots of laughs. You have been generous with helping others promote their channels. I hope this is okay. I've been aspired to start my own channel. This is not okay. No, I'm kidding. However, mine will be for toddlers and young children. Oh, that's interesting. So it might be on YouTube Kids. Well, not always, but that would be interesting. My most important work has been with children and teens. I love littles and live my life trying to bring them love and joy. As soon as I figure out how to edit videos, I will launch. It is a channel that will be teaching toddlers and small children simple Spanish words and dialogue. Their minds are like little sponges, and I am happy to help many of them learn to speak Spanish. I hope your own little ones will get to watch and learn. I will let you know when it launches. I do ask everyone to please pray for my efforts and that it all goes according to God's will. Thanks for everyone. Thanks everyone for the support. Thanks to you, and blessings of peace and good health to you and your family. Thank you so much. What I would say, first off, don't wait until you learn how to edit videos. Don't do that. Just start making the videos right away. That's what you should do, I think. I don't think you should wait, because you could wait forever. How well do you want to edit videos, right? Like that could take a year. That could take 2 years. I think you should start right now. And also, a little thing, when it comes to editing videos, just learn what you need to learn. Like, think of what you'd want it to look like. Not like the grandiose, incredible video, but like a basic thing. of what you want the video to look like in regards to editing, and then just learn that. Like, I remember when I first started editing videos, I just needed to learn how to do like little jump cuts. So I only learned how to do jump cuts, and then I made the video I wanted to make because that's all I needed to know, right? And when I wanted to put something else in, I would learn that, and then I put that in the video. But I would not wait. I would not wait. If it's something that you love, something that you really want to do, I would do it right now. Don't wait. Don't wait. You know what? I gotta go to the bathroom so bad, but I'm still gonna show you this video just really quick because it touches on the theme that we're talking about. I often talk to my friends about personal development and things of that nature. Here, check this out. Here, check this out. So this is the video. This is from the School of Hard Knocks, right? It's an Instagram channel. Great channel, great resource. Listen to this.
Sir, question for you. Is this your house?
Yes.
It is?
You want to buy it?
How much is it?
35 million.
What did you do to buy this place, man? I go all over the world interviewing billionaires to help the younger generation. What was your business?
Are you recording me right
Yes,
now?
sir. What was your main company?
Tobacco.
So you're the tobacco mogul.
Maybe.
How old are you today?
How old am I today?
Yeah.
How old do you think I am?
78? 75?
89.
You're not 89. Are you serious?
Yes.
Can I interview you for a minute?
I'm going to be 90 this year.
Can I interview you for a minute? Sure. You're 89 years old today. Are you happy?
Of course. I'm happy, but if you're going to be miserable, you may as well be miserable and rich rather than miserable and poor, right?
How does somebody become rich in today's world? This
It's
is
easy.
How?
Well, we can start off by saying some people make money and they don't spend it because they're afraid.
So scared money does not make money.
No. At some point in life, when you're dying, you say, I never won the lottery, but you never bought a ticket.
Why tobacco? How did you end up in the...
I don't even like the smell of tobacco. To tell you the truth, it was something I read in the Wall Street Journal, how at that time young people wanted to smoke something different. You know, it's not like today. At that time, everybody smoked.
You've lived an incredible life. If me and you died tomorrow and you had one more message to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Being honest makes you money. Not being honest destroys your life. Just be honest. Be kind. Be cheerful. My wife always said I should have been a movie character because I'm always joking.
You have amazing advice, sir. Thank you so much for
I'm
your
just
time.
a person like you. I was your age yesterday. You know one thing I can say?
What's that?
Life has gone by so fast. I put my kids to come to California. I was 29 years old. 60 years ago. It was yesterday. Like this. So don't wait. Start now because you're already getting old. Because when you get into your 30s and your 40s, it slides down the hill. So do it. I know you can.
Thank you, sir. You have amazing advice. Could I get your contact?
Of course.
So the reason I show that is because, you know, this old, very rich man is just like, don't wait. It just happens just like that. It just goes by just like that. So why wait? Why wait to do a good thing? You know, it doesn't make sense. Don't wait to do something that your heart's calling you to do. Just do that thing, you know, because the joy you're going to get from putting out videos that aren't as good as you think they're going to be, or aren't as good as you think they should be, will just trump and overshadow you sitting back and thinking that you have to learn every single thing before you get to do the thing that you enjoy. I'm telling you, just make the video right away, because like that. And it's like 89. He's lucky. We heard 89, but not all of us get to see 89. We have no idea how much time we actually have. So do it right now. Who is this? Miss Chris Viz. I've seen you a lot. Do it immediately. Just immediately. And message me on Instagram because I have this podcast group. It's not like monetized or anything, but too many people were asking me how to start a podcast. So I made a bunch of voice notes and I put it in an Instagram group. So if you message me, I'll just give you the link to the group. You can listen to the voice notes that I put out there. It's just like a little starter pack on like what to like do in order to get started. But this is one of the lessons. Just do it now. Don't wait. Do not wait. You don't have to wait. Do it immediately. I think correctish English. I think many of us were assuming that the third temple would be built in Philadelphia, but I guess that area is too unstable, so they're building it here. Hoodwinked. I think it is also a data / surveillance center that connects all data centers, possibly. By the way, I met 2 people this weekend who have never heard the word hoodwinked. You were helping, you're helping to educate people all over. That's funny. Yeah, that makes sense. You know what also makes sense? In the last members that we did, we played a video of this guy who was talking about, and it's such a weird video, but he was talking about how America is actually Philadelphia. Okay. That's what he was talking about. He's like, in all the stories that you hear, and he was making good points. He's like, this is why there's so many giants remains in America, but you don't hear about it everywhere else in the world. He's like, because there's an enormous amount of giants found throughout America. Okay. Which is crazy. And he was just talking about things that you heard in the Bible. He's like, where they actually were. He was talking about California and this and that. He was like, this place is actually where Philadelphia is, America. So when I hear when I see that they're building the third temple, I'm like, oh, that links up to that guy's theory. I'm not saying it's true, but it's something that we talked about. And I found it very, very interesting. Anyway, hoodwinked. That man was holding a sign, then sprinted with his freshman backpack through the hallway. He ate the sign, and apparently he was texting his manifesto in real time. This crap's so unbelievably stupid. Every single shot of these lone gunmen always comes from the 1940s picture. You know, you have been doctored up or fuzzed when you see clearly on a regular security camera, like my doorbell. True. That's a good point. You know, like that little thing that you buy for like a few $100. For some reason, it's crystal clear, but these guys in these big buildings, right? Established billion-dollar companies, for some reason, they have potatoes as their recording devices. Doorbell, and there's links of security of that hotel in it's in 4K. Everything except when it comes to the lone shooter. This crap needs to stop. We aren't buying it, especially not the dramatics. Yeah, I hear you there. I hear you there. Edible glitter. I hear you for sure. Yeah, good point too. Good points. Miss Patty, I'd rather have a face-to-face chat and serve you a cup of coffee in my little GA coffee shop. Looks like this will need to be the next best thing. That would be great. I usually drink coffee like before I even leave the house. I always get it early. I never ever drink coffee like later in the day. It's always like 8 a.m. It has to be, or else I'm jittery all day. Letitia, her lips. Oh, this is the one that you wanted read yesterday that Holy Fire Luna was telling me about. Letitia, her lips weren't moving, and the soundbite was never said home. It said, I just want to go. Look at her lips. Yeah, I already heard this. I already heard if you listen to it again, you hear just want to go. But some people still sit here and just want to go home. I don't really think it matters which one it was, but yeah. Ashley Babbitt passing was not real. Okay. And then we have Insane. Yeah, okay. We already read this yesterday. We read this one yesterday. Here, I'll do a little refresh, see if there's any others. Nope. We go back over here to the coffees. Let's see. Let me see. Just saw a video of Jigsaw. Oh gosh. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Lefties rule. Perfect. So this is where we were at. Let's see here. What does it say? Algorithm. Algo rig them. I'll Google rig them. That's actually pretty cool. Honestly. Let me go here. Catholic girl, a bit behind, but watching from both sides while staring you in the face, sent me. Thanks for making me laugh, Coach. Well, that's Cash. That's why he's a catch. Okay, that wasn't meant to be a joke. That's real. Love you, Coach. Oh, late in Oz. 3:33? Question mark? Late in Oz? Okay. Why so sad shirt? Drewski. Oh, that's a good, but then can you use that face? That is his face, but it's his face depicting someone else. That's a gray area. That's a smart idea. It's a very smart idea. Just saw a vid of Jigsaw eating dog food. That is that is very real. That is not a made up thing. She was doing an ad for dog food, and she was showing how good it was by eating it. That's a real thing. I saw that. I don't even know how long ago I saw that, but people have been making fun of that for as long as it's happened. Ashley, hey coach, I used to watch you daily, but I started doing but you started doing longer vids now, more now. Can you please do shorter videos too? I love your channel. Please never change. You're great, along with BC and CO. So do you want me to never change, or do you want me to make shorter videos? I'm kidding. We actually have a clip channel. We have a clip channel, and you can definitely watch that. That'll keep you straight up to date. So you can check that out. This is the clip channel. You know, we have the young Jacob pumping away at the clip channel. So there it is. You can check that out right there. A lot of clips there, a lot of clips for you to see. Lot there. So there is 585 videos there. You can definitely watch those clips. It will suffice, I think. There's a whole bunch there for you to watch. They're all shorter, much shorter than 3 hours. You can get your fill there if you so choose. And then also, I am trying to do evening videos here and there. And on the weekend, we do shorter videos. So just to keep you up to date there. But yeah, the clip channel will definitely help you out there for sure. Yes, to an interview with Dee Dee. Yeah. I think I need to do that. I think I need to reach out, you know? Anyways, guys, we are at 3 hours. We are past 3 hours. Man, I pinned it. There you go. All the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. There we go. All right, guys. I have to get out of here right now. I have a bathroom calling my name right now. Not graphic, just number one. That's all. I'm not getting crazy on you guys or anything. But thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for showing out. Thank you guys for the laughs. Thank you guys for the listening. I do appreciate it so much. And we will be back tomorrow. Candace is not going live today. She is going live Wednesday. That's when she comes back. It might be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe she'll gift us a Friday, hopefully. Baron is going live today, I believe. Or it's Tuesday. He might not be going live today. I'm not 100% sure. But I will see you guys tomorrow, 100%. And I will be bringing you all the laughs and all the updates. And I'm sure there will be much more. See you tomorrow.